I am the whale jizz man. I am Jason. I am Captain Jizz Hands. I am the president. Get down, Mr. President. Wait, I can't say that to myself. Yes, I can. I'm also the bodyguard. Because she's probably going up the other side. Surprise!
Both targets down.
We ended up getting no one.
Thank you for coming.
It's time for
habitual violence.
They're coming for sale.
It will be.
Take her.
I've got this. If I do this. Okay, I wasn't expecting that one. I wasn't expecting that. For God's sake. Look, I was expecting it to either spawn on the top or stay in the bridge. I was not expecting it to catapult halfway across the map. Oh my God, somebody clip that. Here we go.
I believe I did have the pleasure to meet those two gentlemen. What were the names again? Olgard and Vic.
It's time for
habitual violence.
My regards.
It sure is. But he couldn't even finish his sentence because his head got severed from his shoulders. There we go, 2 keys. Double the fun. Strong bitch! I think I killed his horse, so he won't follow us. What is wrong with you? That was on auto drive. How did she drive straight into a tree? God damn it, you stupid horse. Where are they? When we die, do I lose my durability? Should I be doing this naked is what I'm asking. Should I... God damn it. Should I be building a tower to God in the nude? That's the real crux of the question that I'm asking. Why did you guys just... Oh, maybe it was him that shot the turret. Okay, another one down. Oh, I was afraid of that. Well. There we go. The other guy's already left though, basically. He's all the way out there. I got him! I did it, chat! That was on the hardest difficulty. It mustn't be that then. It must be something else that I'm looking for. What is that? Oh, why is there a wolf spider here? I didn't know there was a bloody wolf spider here. Oh, I'm dead. I'm so dead. There's 2 of them.
I don't feel so good.
I'm gonna need more than antlion armor to deal with that. Ow. Ooh, slow it down. Oh god. Almost just broke something. Almost just broke something. Hello. Hello and welcome to Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown. Ooh. It's Monday. We're back. We've got a new indie game to check out as part of Steam Neckfest. Steam, this is my neck fest. That makes no sense. Steam Next Fest. I swear they deliberately made it hard to pronounce. Or maybe I'm just stupid. Don't answer that. It wasn't a question. Shut up. Anyway, we're playing an indie game as part of our indie spotlight that we do on the Monday, but also in conjunction with the very end of Steam Next Fest. At least I sure hope it's still going, because otherwise that'll be pretty awkward. When does Steam Next Fest finish Australian time? Monday at 10 p.m. Well, okay then.
Hello there.
Hey, Rubber Ducks. So for another hour, so the first hour of this stream will be technically Steam Next Fest, and then the last hour, it won't be Steam Next Fest anymore. So that means we can just let loose. That's when all the criticisms will come out. That's not true. I'm going to be doing it from the start, but man, we really had to. Okay, well, this is the only time I could do it, so deal with it. We're going to be playing Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown, and we're going to see how it is. At the very least, it'll be, you know, part of the indie spotlight thing, but also, well, actually, you know what I'm really worried about now, actually? Am I just going to lose access to the game halfway through the stream? Oh, that's going to be really annoying if that's the case. I guess we'll find out. I'm looking forward to checking it out though. I've done like a tiny bit of just testing to make sure it's going to work on stream, and it looks like it's going to work, so I'm interested to see how it goes. I love me some Star Trek, and Voyager was one of my favorites, so you know, it's got a... I was gonna say it's got a high bar, but there's some real doozy Star Trek games, and there's not a huge amount of them, so I don't know. It's got a high bar in my head, anyway. I don't know what Steam Fest is, but enjoy? Question mark? Yeah, so Steam Next Fest is just like a little event that Steam put on every year, where it just kind of spotlights and showcases a whole bunch of like indie games essentially, and demos for things that will be the next thing, you know, will be coming out eventually. Aren't necessarily full completed games yet, but like usually indie developers are working on, and we get to have like a bit of a taste of it in its current state, and this is one of the games that's amongst that, so it should be good. Hopefully. We'll see. I gotta sneeze real bad. Oh, don't mind me. Oh, just sneezing. You know, standard. Oh, keep forgetting to clip the Friday and Saturday streams. I'll do it tomorrow, honest. I guess we'll see. I don't get any chance to clip, so whenever clips come up, that's what ends up in the carousel at the start of the stream for the clips that you see in the intro. So the more you clip, the more you get to see of the stuff that you clipped. Hey, Darkfold Games, how you doing? Good to see you. Hope you're well. How are you? And Rubber Ducks, thank you for the 20 stream streak. That is a lot of streaming. A lot of streaming? I'm the one streaming. I can't even string one word together with another at the moment. There's something going on. Yeah, it's because I had a migraine this morning. That's probably why. That's what I'll blame it on. But thank you for 20 streams in a row. Very tasteful. Can't make this give me points without sending a message. Not sure why. Oh, because you get like bonus channel points if you like if you do make it tell you that you've been streaking and it needs to have a message. Well, thank you for that lovely message about the fact that you need to do that to get the points. Thank you. Or I guess evening for you. Yes, it is 9:11. I wish that was a premeditated joke, but I literally looked at the clock and it was 9:11. So, as long as there's not another Voyager that's about to hit the caretaker, as long as there's no second Voyager about to hit the caretaker, I think we're all right. It's 9:11 at the moment, and Next Fest finishes at 10. So I don't know what's gonna happen when that hits. I'm hoping we don't just like lose access to the game because that would really suck. But it's the only time I could do it, so this is what it is. That's a lot of streaking for me. That is. You should rug up. You're probably getting cold by now. Hey Sheepy, how you doing? You're late. You missed a notification from Twitch that you were starting. Disappointed. Disappointed. There was an Amazon Web Services outage 20 minutes ago, so you might have had issues. Oh, really? Huh. Didn't know that. I know Twitch has issues. We've all heard about those issues, but I didn't know there was like an outage. But we might get straight into it pretty much, because I am worried that we're suddenly gonna lose access to the game halfway through, because we might, because Steam Next Fest ends halfway. So we're gonna see how it goes. This is it. This is the start screen. Star Trek Voyager, Across the Unknown. Like I said earlier, I'm a bit of a Trekkie. Love my Voyager. Love my Star Trek in general. So they could screw it up real bad, but let's see how it goes. You are the captain of the Federation starship USS Voyager. Manage your ship, crew, and plot a course through procedurally generated star systems. Your unique shipbuilding decisions you make. Stardate for and so it's not voice acted, apparently. New crew. Today we embark on a mission to locate the marquee vessel that has disappeared in the Badlands. Starfleet intelligence believes these terrorists have acquired dangerous new technology. Yes, Tuvok. Wait. My chief of security, Tuvok, is undercover aboard that ship. I haven't received communication from him in over a week. The Badlands are treacherous. I can only hope he's safe. You know, I kind of would have preferred that they got voice acting from someone that wasn't Kate Mulgrew and that like wasn't the original cast, just so there is voice acting rather than just words on a screen. Now this is the demo and this is like relatively early, so it's very possible that maybe they will eventually get that, but it is kind of, it would be nice if there was voice acting. Give JustWrightGaming his access back. Access me. Wait, what? Sheepy, thank you for the 25 stream streak. Streaking for Tuvix. Bring on my love. Janeway was right. Tuvix will not be surviving this run. I don't think we'll get to Tuvix because it's a demo. I don't know if it goes that far. I loved all the Star Trek games, to be honest. Even the old SNES port in point-and-click adventure. Games, PC games, Star Trek Final Unity, Voyager Elite, so I understand. I liked the Elite Force series. I like Birth Federation, one of my favorite games of all time that nobody else understands or enjoys that much. Armada, loved number 1, 2 was kind of trash. There was like some weird Into Darkness one that was like a bullet hell or something that was kind of trash. Strange New Worlds, I think, was like an RTS that was not too bad. Away Team was a little bit janky, but not too bad either. I don't know if I've played all of the other ones, but there's been a few, and some of them have been pretty good. But some of them been pretty average. Wasn't Tuvix season 5 or 6? There's no way he'll be in the demo. Yeah, he's on like the promotional material, but he won't. I guarantee he won't be in the demo. I mean, they were all jank in some sense. Yeah, well, I mean, my favorite one, Birth of Federation, is like notorious for just crashing all the time. So, definitely is. My fandom pushes me through. Yeah, that's what gets us through. All right, let's see what this has got. So this is Janeway. Gentlemen, welcome to Voyager. Ensign Kim, forever Ensign Kim. You're fresh from the academy, ready for your first deep space assignment. Reporting for duty, Captain. It's an honor to finally be a lieutenant. Oh, I hope I live up to your expectations. You won't. Ensign Kim, I trust you've already met Tom Paris, our esteemed observer, a former Marquis pilot who has helped us search the Badlands for the Marquis vessel. Now, I thought when I did like the testing for this, I thought this was like discount Tom Paris from Wish.com. I don't think that's actually Paris. He might have been in the shuttle before. I wasn't paying enough attention because there was no voice acting. No, there he is. I mean, he still does look like discount Tom Paris from Wish.com, but he at least looks closer to the real Tom Paris than the guy on the con. All due respect, ma'am. Observer is hardly a title befitting of my talents. I'm the best damn pilot in this sector. Call me pilot extraordinaire, Ensign. Just as arrogant as I remember. The Marquis. Wow, I've heard a lot of stories about them. Relax, I was with the Marquis for only a few weeks before I was captured and sent to a lovely penal colony in New Zealand. That's right. That's right! Wait, what was his name? Will Lacano. No, it wasn't Will. It was like someone Lacano. The other guy that was also Tom Paris that was in the academy and did an illegal maneuver. Got people killed. Tom model looking rough. Oh, there you go. Yeah, exactly. It looks a little... Even the real one looks a little bit rough. They all look like the older actors and not the younger versions, except Janeway. That's the rough around the block Tom Paris. Yeah. I mean, Janeway looks not too bad. But Tom, he looks like my first Unity project Tom Paris, if that makes sense. You know the ones that... Nick Licano, that's the one. Yeah, thank you. Nick Licano. Look, it's Nick Licano. Wait, hold on a second. You know the ones that you see in like... insert job simulator here. And they have like all these kind of Unity shop asset characters. People that you just see walking around. It looks like him. But they've like tried to make him look like Tom Paris. A little bit. Alright. Yep, so he went to prison. Yes, Harry, he went to prison. Enough chatter, gentlemen. All hands, this is the captain. Report to your stations. Helm, take us to the Badlands. Maximum warp. Let's go. Alright, the Badlands, a treacherous region of space. There's violent plasma storms. Can cripple the most advanced starships. Janeway observes the swirling chaos from the view screen. A subtle smile playing on her lips. She's ready for the challenge. Oh, I don't know, Janeway. I don't know if you are. They look like the game makers never got the rights to the characters, so they had to make them all different enough. Now they totally got the likeness. I expect there will be voices too eventually. I think they were like... The thing that kind of gets me is just that with... I don't know what engine they're using. They might be using Unity. But with like how advanced player models and stuff can be now... Because this is kind of the sort of look... I mean, Kim actually looks pretty good. Tom is really the only one that I'm like, that looks a bit off. With how like advanced stuff is now, like when you played Elite Force 1 and 2, the player models in that was like, oh, yeah, I guess that's Janeway. I guess that's Seven. But in this one, they're a lot more accurate, but Tom's just looks a little bit off for some reason. And that's like kind of giving me that same vibe, but it shouldn't be because, yeah, I think it's just that one though, really. And yeah, I really hope they will have voice acting. I said it just before. I would prefer there be voice acting, even if it's not the original cast, than just reading on the thing, especially for the cutscenes. With this, I don't mind as much because I can click through at my own pace and read it. But with the cutscenes, there definitely should be voice acting. Scanners picking up no other voice vessels in the system. It's your time to shine, Mr. Paris. Any idea where your former colleagues might be hiding? Wasn't exactly Marquee of the Year Captain, but they did prefer underground bases, remote planets, and... Captain, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm reading a coherent Tetrion beam scanning us, and a displacement wave heading towards us. Not a coherent Tetrion beam! Oh, not again. Every time. Colossal wave of turbulent energy surges towards Voyager, its power dwarfing anything the crew has ever seen. With no time to analyze the threat, emergency measures are initiated. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because I could very much could be wrong. I'm a little foggy on this, but isn't this like not necessarily their maiden voyage, but like one of their first voyages? Or is it just that this is where the story starts? Because the phrase, unlike the crew has ever seen, feels a bit weird. Evasive maneuvers. One of the first. Yeah, so it's like, unlike anything they've ever seen, it's like they've literally just done like a one run, like you know, they've come out of dry dock for like one mission and now this is their second mission. Yeah, Janeway would have said. I guess so, yeah. No effect, the wave will intercept us in 5 seconds. Brace for impact! Here we go. I mean, the cutscenes, to their credit, do look fairly decent, I think. They look pretty good. Most of the crew would have had experience on other ships. It's not the first time every single person has been deployed. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's fair. Not all ensigns. Yeah, just Kim. He's the forever ensign. I mean, I think there was a fair few people on Voyager that were still fairly green. But yeah, there would have been like people that had served on other ships for sure. As the crew regains consciousness, they find their bridge in total devastation. Twisted metal, sparking consoles, and injured crewmates paint a grim picture. What just happened? Damage report. Major hull and deck damage. The transporters are offline, and we're receiving casualty reports. Bridge to 6th Bay. Doctor, I've got injured crew on the bridge. Is the doctor dead? Oh, isn't the doctor dead and this is where we get the EMH immediately? Like the actual doctor? I'm trying to remember like the start of Voyager because it's been so long since I've watched it. We're losing system across multiple decks. The deuterium tanks are empty. Warp cores gone to grey mode. We're on reserves, barely. Mr. Paris, take the helm. Scan for the nearest source of deuterium. External sensors are offline. Stellar cartography must be down. Voyager's blind, Captain. Oh no! I'm so disappointed they didn't make that a running joke in Star Trek lore that anytime Kim was referred to, he hadn't been busted back down to ensign. Look, the fandom did it for them. But yeah, it was quite the joke, the running joke. I think they insta-die. It's been years for me though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I know it was in one of the first few episodes, but I wasn't sure if it was like the first episode where like the actual doctor. I don't know if you even see who the doctor was. I don't even remember. But I know the EMH gets turned on pretty quickly. Watched it again before it left Netflix. In fact, mid-season when they switched to Paramount. Right. Alright, we need stellar cartography back online. So this is a tutorial. Click on the question mark icon. 1 on the left of the screen to revisit any tutorial screen. Some additional tutorials will not pop up during gameplay, but automatically appear in the list. Okay. So, it's off, switch on. Okay. We've turned stellar cartography back on. Sensors are picking up something out there, but, what Harry is trying to stammer is we're not in the Badlands anymore. Also, one thing that keeps throwing me about Tom is his hair was never that blonde. Surely, his hair was never that... I don't remember his hair ever being that blonde. It's like a strawberry blonde kind of thing, and I'm pretty sure his hair was just brown, wasn't it? Or like a lightish brown, but this is like almost blonde. That's more grey? You reckon that's grey? You reckon it's like the end of series Tom, that he's just like been through so much crap that he's gone grey now?
Hello there.
Hey Tio, how you doing? Good to see you. That's the tutorial for the tutorial. Deep, I know, right? So many layers. Alright, we're not in the Badlands anymore. There's the caretaker's array. He took care of us. What is that thing? Where are we? If our sensors are working, we just jumped over 70,000 light years into the Delta Quadrant. Sacre de bleu! The Delta Quadrant? How? Captain, life support systems are failing. This array will have to wait. Mr. Paris, take the helm. Find us a deuterium source. Wait, wasn't he already at the helm? Why is he taking the helm again? Where is he taking it? Mr. Paris, bring the helm back, please! How will we get deuterium? Hey Tio. Star Trek, interesting. Yes, this is the game we're playing for the Indie Spotlight part of Steam Next Fest. It's called Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown. Okay, scan points of interest to reveal resources. Oh, so this is like the different tutorial things. Okay, so we can scan. This is the universe we've been given. So
Hello there.
Hey Trandall, good to see you. So apparently it's a procedural universe. I don't know if this is... Oh, there's a Talaxian Baxial freighter. Scan them. Now we can get deuterium. Okay. Yes. This shows all the basic resources. Points of interest. I'm reading all of this for sure. So this is all of our resources up here. We need deuterium, which is... No, that's geranium. Where's deuterium? I thought that was... Oh, that's deuterium. The blue one's deuterium. Geranium's that one. Okay. They have deuterium and maybe something else. Let's go talk to the Talaxians. Let's see if we can find Neelix early. Right away. You have the starship from the movie with no actors from the movie? No, we have the, well, we don't have the actors, no, not the voice actors. We have their likenesses, but we don't have any voice acting, which is one thing I've commented on so far already. Oh, it's an abandoned Talaxian freighter, okay. So let's salvage it for deuterium. We got 405 deuterium. So now we can deactivate grey mode. Ready to increase the warp core output. Yep, I've read all of that. Alright, so this is grey mode. Tier 1. Our energy levels are returning to normal, Captain. Okay, so we've turned the core back on. What about this thing, the array? I can't tell, Captain, but scans have detected a marquee vessel next to it. Alright, scan. Scan for life signs. There's no one on board, Captain. Scan the array, then. What about the array? Several life signs on board, Captain. Is one of them Vulcan? I'm not sure, Captain. The signals are weak. We'll just have to see for ourselves. I want the transporter room repaired and ready. Okay, so now we've got to probably get more... Oh, we need geranium for that one to repair the transporter. Okay, let's go find some geranium then. So we've got these different places we can go. There is this one right here. We may as well scan it. It's got geranium and potentially something else. So let's go there. Because you like to read without the blue thing, the engine goes off, so no good. Well, let's make sure we don't lose that deuterium then. Yeah, it's transformed into energy for the warp core. It can also be used to replicate food. Oh, Borg nanites are a thing that we get eventually. And neural gel packs, of course. There's the food. We'll get that eventually. How much crew we've got and stuff? Interesting. Alright, let's get some geranium from this abandoned vessel. We now have all the geranium we need. Okay, great. Let's turn things back on. Your metal is in another castle. I mean star system. Not like this! Alright, repair the transporters. Oh, I have to click on it again? Okay, they're back online. Great. Mr. Paris, set course for the array. It's time we got some answers. Alright. That's where we go. We're going to the array. Let's go. Tio, thank you for your 60 stream streak. That is a lot of streaking. Glad to have you here this whole time. Can also be used as goat food. Wait, what? Oh, do you have ads at the moment, Tio? Oh, no. Oh, wait. I'll wait a second. I didn't realize ads have started. Let me just wait a sec. Let me just pause for a moment as the ads finish up. Apparently I've got to go do something anyway, so I'll be back in a sec. This is illegal, by the way. They're not supposed to be doing this, but they're doing it anyway. But before, there was literally like, everyone had like 6 guns on them. Now at least, there's just like a few people here and there that have an extra gun. And then there's Ares, who has the entire goddamn armory in his trousers. What? One of your dinosaurs called Jason? We got triplets while watching. Oh, you were watching Jason, right? Well, Jason is far sexier, so that does make sense. The fertility would have shot through the roof watching that glorious man. Turns me on just thinking about it. Sorry, what? Okay, let's... But shooting Nazis in the nuts is the hardest difficulty because they don't have nuts. As soon as I say that, we get a testicle shot. Because of course we do. And another one. You know what? That's fine. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Annoying. Alright. Let me read chat. What are the odds of being stranded in an unknown sector and being surrounded by exactly the material you need for repair? Space is fascinating. It's convenient, isn't it? I mean, I guess that's why they build their ships out of them. And, build... or fuel their ships out of them because the resources are abundant, I suppose. Ensign Kim and Mr. Paris, get ready for your first away mission. Alright. Heroes possess skills and traits. Wow. So we can only have Harry Kim, who is quick-witted, and Tom Paris, Nick Lacanu, who is a pilot. Yeah, see, Harry definitely looks like Harry. Like, he's video game Harry, but he definitely looks like Harry. But I swear Tom Paris, it's like, especially in the portrait, like around the mouth and the chin and everything, just doesn't look like him very much. Well, it does, but not quite. It's like slightly different. Alright. Okay, away mission. Decide an approach and select the hero to complete the challenge with the appropriate skill. If the skill is lower than the requirement, the success chance is displayed. Okay. Maybe they're negotiating the actor's likeness or royalties. What, with each specific different actor? I think it's just a little bit... I think it's just that one they just, like, were weird with. Because, like, in this picture, he looks more like Tom Paris. He still does look a little bit weird, but he looks way different to there than he does in the portrait. And then he looks different in the portrait to what he does as the player model standing on the pad. It's just a bit weird that they all look... I mean, this is concept art. You can tell this is, like, basically supposed to be concept art. So that's always going to have a slightly different thing. But it's just weird that he's the one specifically that looks so different. Alright, we seem to materialize in the middle of a cornfield. This place seems eerily similar to Earth, but something's off. Any suggestions on what to do next? We could scan for life signs, or we could look for any footprints. I mean, we already scanned for life signs. So let's look for footprints, I guess. Success! There are no footprints. Harry and Tom... Oh, sorry. Though there are no footprints, Harry and Tom notice subtle disturbances in the corn stalks, suggesting a path. Following these signs, they soon find a farm with people working the fields. An old man sits on the porch of a nearby farmhouse, strumming a banjo. I know who you are, caretaker. After a challenge, participating team members are fatigued and their skill values are reduced. Let them rest for the next challenge to recover and plan ahead accordingly. So does that mean if I've used Tom to do the scan... So I used Tom in that instance, I should use Harry for the next one, in theory? Because he's fatigued. Oh, and this... Okay, I've just realized that that is Harry's specialty and that is Tom's. So I should probably do this one because I got a better chance of succeeding. But I also want to see what it actually says. The old man seems harmless enough. He might know what's going on here. How should we approach him? We could demand to know what's going on, and I do feel like that's what I would do. Argue with facts that the man can't... Okay, no, we're not going to bring logic and reason into this. Tom's just going to go up and demand answers. It's a 50-50, so let's see what happens. We didn't succeed. Demands have little effect on the old man, who seems confused by their presence, muttering about how things are not supposed to happen this way. He invites them to stay on the farm and wait, offering them some fresh corn cobs. I don't want your corn cobs, sir. Oh, this one we can select multiple people for the skill, I think. We've just used Tom for everything so far. I think we're better to use that one. Let's see what the answers are, though. Harry looks like... looks from the movie. I send you a whisper if you want to see Harry. Wait. What do you mean? What Harry? Banjo? Yeah, Space Banjo. No, it's just a normal banjo, I think. What do you mean? What are you talking about, Tio? Harry looks like Harry from Voyager. No, that's the Twitch thing that you already sent me. I don't know what you mean. Alright, let's have a look at this. Old man isn't much help. We'll need to try and find the marquee ourselves. There's a large barn behind the farmhouse. Tricorder readings are off the charts. There's definitely something strange about it, especially that back wall. We can investigate the barn for a hidden door, which won't work very well because we'd have to use Tom. Analyze what the readings could be. That's probably our best option. Try to find a way to break the illusion wall. Actually, so these give us science. This one gives us deuterium. You know what? I'm going to do that one. I'm not going to use Tom at all, though. I think Harry's got this. I think Ensign Harry is going to earn his promotion. Doubt. Okay, he's fine. Harry and Tom disrupt the energy field, causing a flicker in the air. But before they can break the illusion, the people of the field burst in, wielding farm tools as weapons. The old man appears and reveals the barn is an illusion. The back wall dissolving to a slow, bluish, glowing room where unconscious people, including a tattooed man and a half Klingon woman, lie on surgical tables. Baldur, no! Chakotay! Sometimes you have to make major decisions that have a large influence on how the story proceeds. So this is where the game begins, hopefully. Go against the tutorial. Damn, I wanted the middle option. Not this time. Now, this has a slot. This has the option for like 3 people in an away team, I guess. I kind of don't like the... Part of me is like, oh yeah, I get it as like an interesting kind of mechanic. But part of me doesn't really like how it's like if you use one, they have to rest immediately and then they're weakened in the next thing. Because I just used Harry in the last one. And so now, because I want to wake up Balana. I would rather wake up Balana than Chakotay because I've seen the show. I won't say any more about that, I don't need to. But he's like, he's only got 19, whereas Tom has 25. Although this is yellow, so I think that means we'll succeed either way. I don't know what the yellow means, but it's not red, so... Let's do... We're gonna wake up Balana. Choices have consequences. Harry sprints towards the half-Klingon woman, hoping to rouse her. As he reaches out, the old man stops him, a look of concern on his face. Before Harry can react, a blinding white light fills the room and everything goes blank. Okay, they leveled up. Now that's a picture from the show. That's a picture from the show with a Photoshop filter on it. Because that's like 100% actually Ensign Harry Kim. They've mixed in so many different variations of the art style and everything. They've got like the concept art, they've got the actual thing but with like a slight filter on, and they've got like models and stuff that look a little bit different. But yeah, okay. Janeway anxiously awaits the return of her away team when Harry Kim unexpectedly materializes behind her. What happened on the array? I'm back on Voyager? That's right, Ensign. What happened over there, Mr. Kim? We lost contact with you for several hours. Hours? We were just right there. We were just there, right, Tom? Tom? Seems like he's still on the array. I hope you have a hidden piloting talent because we're short. You're very short. You're like 5'4" or something. I don't think she's that short. Captain, we're being hailed by the Marquis. It's Balana! Starfleet, I don't know what you did to our commander, but I can still ram this wreck into your precious starship. She'd do it too, to be fair. Ramus, one of our own, is also missing. It would make sense to postpone the ramming until we're all accounted for. Does that sound reasonable? She's Klingon. Nothing's reasonable to her. There is no reason. Okay, to be fair, half Klingon. So I guess half reasonable. We're beaming over. Okay. Postpone the ramming? Yeah, we'll do the ramming later. In my quarters. Despite Janeway's invitation, the arrival of the Marquis crew is fraught with tension. Both sides remain wary as they prepare to discuss their shared predicament. Also, Balana looks fairly close. Again, what? Was her hair this light in the first season of the series? Oh wait, no, but there she is there! And her hair's dark like it's supposed to be. I'm just not sure, like, why it's slightly different. Because, like, that model, it's dark. Half Klingon, you're racist? My bad. Don't play games, Starfleet. We're armed and ready to defend ourselves. I wouldn't have it any other way. Glad to have you back, Tuvok. What? Likewise, Captain. Miss Torres, I must inform you that I was assigned to infiltrate the Marquis. That looks like Tuvok. That looks like off-brand Tuvok slightly as well. Why is she standing right behind the captain? Because she's at her station, question mark? Which she doesn't have yet? I don't know. She's not there yet. Already an engineering officer. Yeah, she's already part of the crew, part of the ship. Never liked you, Vulcan. Actually, to be fair, that's just like the bridge, and there's just like a bit of a walkway there. I don't know. Is that a console? Maybe she's at a... I don't remember if there's a console there. She could just be standing there. That is unsurprising. I assure you I performed my Marquis duties to the highest standards. Patak! There's the Klingon. You win some, you lose some. Let's focus on bringing Mr. Paris and your commander back. His name is Chakotay. And we can't get back in that easily. They're sealed and their communications are cut off. Lieutenant Tuvok, get down to engineering and find a way to bypass whatever's jamming our communications. Report back as soon as you have a solution. Alright, we've got another one of these. She was pushing buttons as an idle animation? Okay, so there is a console there then. I don't believe there is a console, but she is doing something on it. Oh, okay. So many layers. I don't remember. I remember the look of the bridge, and obviously, like, it seemed fairly accurate in that shot, but I don't remember there being a console in that center part there. But there was like something that there was like a little kind of gray box there that wasn't just the railing. That could have been a console. All the consoles are on the back. Yeah, that's what I thought. But there was like a little box thing that looked like it could have been a console. Ship status remains critical. Repair protocols are imperative. We require resources and the engineering office to mobilize additional workers. Prioritize life support, secure core decks, restock yep, do the things, cool. We need to supply power in this room. Switch it on. Life support restored on deck 5, Captain. Engineering office is now accessible. That seems logical. And of course, it's a mess. Wait, is this the mess? No, it won't be. We'll have to fix it before we can use it. The engineering office. Alright, repair it with the geranium we got from earlier. It'll take 2 cycles to repair. There's the logic. Until completion, it would be logical to scan all planets in the system and gather more deuterium and geranium. You are correct, Mr. Vulcan. Alright, let's scan. Set course. Let's get some more deuterium. I just stand there and think weapons console from Tactical on the Enterprise D from TNG. Yeah, because well, the thing is they want to have like the actors facing the front, facing the camera, so it makes sense that there'll be stuff there. And I think, yeah, like Worf was like kind of at the back, but the console was in front of him and he was facing forward, so it's kind of vibe like that, I guess. Just because she is half Klingon, racist weapons console modelers. How dare you! Alright, construction report. The engineering office. Oh yeah, because we were traveling. It took 4 cycles to get there, so halfway through, the engineering office was fixed. I'm going to close the report. Okay, it does the same thing as entering the ship, maybe? Engineering office fully operational again, Captain. We now have an additional work team to carry out 2 tasks simultaneously. Alright, so does that mean we can repair some of these things? Logically, we should now focus on Deck 2 and the mess hall to ensure the crew's food supply, maintaining their physical endurance. This requires reactivating life support in that section first. Okay, so let's do this one. Switch it on. Life support report restored on Deck 2. So this whole part here is a bit reminiscent of like the XCOM kind of style. With the base building and everything. However, it has sustained extensive damage. Emergency rations are currently deployed. After repair, the crew can access replicated rations again. Alright, let's make the mess hall a little less messy. Got him. Alright, that's going to take 3 cycles. We should address crew accommodation. Okay, so we're going to have to fix their rooms up. This one here. Yeah, this is really feeling like the XCOM kind of thing there. While waiting for our work team to finish, we continue collecting resources. Yep, that's the plan, Mr. Tuvok. Sure, the angry lady will wait while we collect space gasoline. Excuse me, it's space metal. And space gasoline, to be fair. Man, this feels like XCOM mixed with some random space flight Star Trek away team.
Stay a while and listen.
Enjoy your lurk, rubber ducks. Away team story segments. Yeah, you read my mind. Yeah, that part of it, the base part of it, feels like XCOM. I am hoping there's a little bit more than just decision A and decision B kind of thing. But it feels like this probably is most of the game. which is not a bad thing, but it's not really my thing. If we did do like away team style thing, or like that would kind of be almost XCOM a bit in itself as well. If we did that and made decisions, like story decisions, while also doing the combat kind of thing, I would be so up for it though. Okay. There's a lost spaceship. We're receiving a hail from an unidentified vessel requesting assistance. We can either keep a safe distance and transmit navigation data, or we could risk to send an engineering team to perform some repairs. Okay, you gotta risk it for the biscuit. You gotta risk it for the biscuit. Bam. 405 deuterium. It was worth it. Not only able to repair damaged systems, but also managed to improve the navigation software. The crew was very grateful, Captain. Sweet, we're already making allies. We can make ourselves an armada. Alright, let's go here. Interstellar Cloud. Kind of gives me those Dragon Ball Z games, play through the story kind of decision games. Vibes, I don't know. Resource management, I guess. It's got like a few things going on. Like this almost, the resource thing kind of gives me a bit of Stellaris vibes. Just in the way that it's laid out, I think, more than anything. The base builder is like XCOM. And then the like story elements is more kind of point and click, but not really. I don't know. I don't usually play games like this, so I don't think I have like a direct comparison for it. But we'll see how it progresses. So the mess hall's been repaired, so let's close that report, and it'll take us here anyway. Repairs are complete. We should switch on the replicator rations now. I'll switch to replicator rations. Okay, so we select here, and we go premium replicator rations. Okay, the crew now has premium replicator rations. Can I? Oh yeah, I can actually do some of this freely now. I can't repair that because I don't have enough stuff. Okay, I don't have enough repair crews. Okay, cool. So those things are going, and we can go back to the system, see what's in this cloud. The room has been dismantled. Okay, a deuterium cloud. Oh, great. We need... Do we have a maximum deuterium? Max capacity is 1,000. We probably shouldn't have gone here, because we don't really need deuterium. We need geranium. I did scan the system, and then I just ignored what it said. So, let's grab some fuel. The small amount we can actually... 57 out of the, like, 600 we could have got. And then we'll try and find some geranium. Maybe we should rebuild some crew quarters now to do wonders for morale. Okay, so we can make this Borg technology. Combat. Ooh, combat. Crew. We can't afford it.
Stay a while and listen.
Relurking. Enjoy your relurk, rubber ducks. Alright, we can't do anything there, so let's do a scan. Geranium. Okay, let's go there. We need geranium. We're losing deuterium, because that's our fuel. It's fine. Alright, we're gonna risk it for the biscuit. Send the crew. 64 geranium. Alright. Let's have a look at the ship. We can do some more clearing of stuff, but also we want to get some crew quarters up here. Let's clear this out. Oh, not that one. Clear this out. It's going to take a little while. Oh, am I going to be able to build anything if they're busy doing stuff? Yeah, not enough work teams. Yeah, okay. It probably would have told me that before if I had learned to read. Emergency quarters. There we go. Bam. Alright, so they're building that, and then we're clearing out this one. Okay, everything's fine. Oh. Someone's calling me. The caretaker. What do you want? But why I would just watch the show? I need more reason to play this, I think. It's cool, I guess. Yeah, I hope there's like a little more to it than just the... Well, I think one of the big things is that it's not just like specifically only following the story of the show. There'll probably be like some pivotal moments that it like leads to and connects to, but in the decisions that you make are supposed to actually have impact in things that happen. Like the fact that we chose Balana instead of Chakotay apparently made like that changed the story in some way. So it'll be, we won't get to find out in this demo, I wouldn't think so, but it would be interesting to find out how big of an impact that has. Because like that alone is definitely like an interesting thing. But for me personally, more actual gameplay that I don't know, I just don't see like choosing choices in dialogue as much of gameplay for me personally. Deuterium goes down really fast. You lost 200 just to move around. Yeah, because it was like 5 days to go across there, and we're losing 37 a day. Alright, the array's jamming signal has been neutralized. We should be able to establish communication. Let's hope they respond. Hail the array. Ugh, who's this? Why are you bothering me? Oh, it's you. Why are you back? You don't have what I need. I remember that voice, Captain. It's the old man with the banjo. But his form is entirely different compared to how he appeared on the array. I'm Captain Catherine Janeway of the Federation starship Voyager. That's her classic line. We mean you no harm. We just want our people back. Your people? Your people are no longer here. They might have what I need. You'll just have to leave them. I don't think so. Let's scan the array first, so we can see where Tom and Chakotay are. No sign of them. No humanoid life forms indicated at all. Who or what are we talking to right now? Intimidate them. Yes. Come on, Catherine. Give them back. We'll destroy the array. Whether they're on there or not. No, probably shouldn't do it if they're on there. Return or face the consequences. Your determination is admirable, but I have no time for this. There just isn't enough time. Time for what? The continuation of my work. I still have so much to do. What do our people have to do with this? What do Tom and Chakotay have to do with this? Your people may serve a greater purpose, one that can secure my life's work. I don't care about your goddamn life's work. You're stealing my time, don't you understand? I don't have enough time, not enough time. You're right, I'm about to shoot quantum torpedoes down your gullet. I mean, if I can really change how the story goes, that is one thing, but I suspect it will be pretty constrained. We shall see in the end. I will still support them, just, I don't know. Yeah, it is like, especially if you're building within the constraints of a predetermined story, it's hard to say how much freedom they'll actually give you. Their selling point is, though, that like, can you get them home quicker? Like, what would happen if you were in command? So in theory, you should actually be able to have like a decent impact on the overall narrative. But, you know, we don't want to... They said that with Mass Effect 3, and we all know how that turned out. We haven't gotten any closer to Paris or Chakotay. You managed to get something. You Starfleet don't know how to fight, but you sure talk good. Captain, if I may. I have observed that the array has been sending energy pulses towards the 5th planet of the neighboring system ever since our arrival. Given the lack of information regarding our mission, our missing crew's location, investigating this planet seems to be the next logical step. It's the only lead we have. Thoughts, Miss Torres? I don't like this any more than you do, but it'll be easier if we work together, Starfleet. I know she said captain, but that's... just deal with it. Helm, set a course for the 5th planet of the neighboring system. Let's find our people. Alright, set a course, maximum warp. Sector map. Okay, so we can go to sector map, which is 3. There we go. We can go here now. Oh. Whee! Oh, okay. We've built the emergency quarters and we've dismantled a room. Oh, actually, let me see if I can build something else here. Can I build something to do with combat here? Yeah. Missing resources. Technology insufficient. What do we need for that? 25 of whatever that resource is. Tritanium. Okay, we don't have that yet. We could get another crew quarters maybe. And then clear this out. Oh, is there someone else still working? I thought they were finished. There's the emergency quarters. Oh, I had to like acknowledge that it had been built. Okay. There's a lot of people in there. Okay, very cool. Let's go back to the sector map. Alright, here we are in this place. I'd ally with the Borg and join the collective, so I like bad guys though and playing the evil angle. That's literally my whole thing, so I would probably like, if possible, I would join, I would like take over the power vacuum with the Kazon and lead the Kazon to some sort of military coup against, I don't know, the Talaxians or something, somebody else, and just like build up a massive armada and trudge my way back home that way. But I don't know how much freedom you're gonna have to be able to do that kind of thing. Alright, that's got deuterium, which I don't really care about as much at the moment. Geranium. Yeah, let's go there. They want us to go over here, but I'm gonna get some resources first. Send an engineering crew. Oh, don't like that. 3 crew got injured. If only we had a sick bay. Do we have a sick bay? Don't actually know. Deuterium. You know what? Let's get some deuterium as well now. Emergency quarters. Okay, can we put in like a maintenance, an engineering office, a cargo bay? Oh, make more room in the cargo bay. Let's do that. Build that over there. Repair this. Okay, this is looking fine. Another crew quarters, maybe? No, all of our teams are active, so that's fine. Oh, here we go. Use the tractor beam. This gives us a maximum of 421. Our maximum is 1,000. Oh wait, do we have better storage now? No, it's not built yet. Let's just collect what we can. And then... I don't think we can, like, collect some of the more interesting resources yet. Okay. It didn't let us actually do anything there. Oh, we've finally repaired the shield generator. Okay. Very nice. Let's put another emergency quarters in. And then if we actually get to do some other stuff, we'll do some other stuff. Scan the anomaly. Okay, we've got 130 science points now. Very cool. I don't know what I don't know what we do with the science points yet. We reached our destination. Continue. Alright, here we go. It's time to meet Kess. Everyone's favorite character. I mean, she wasn't the worst character, okay? She wasn't the worst character. That was Neelix. Sorry, what? Let's see what we have here. Following the caretaker's energy pulses, Voyager discovers a desert planet with a harsh, unforgiving landscape. Are Tom Paris and Captain Chakotay perhaps being held in this place? I assume so. Alright. What makes it so special? We could prepare an away team. We could... Let's just do some scans first. Let's do a general scan of the planet. It has all the characteristics of an M-class planet, but no ocean, no river, nothing. However, there are settlements. It's an M-class planet. It's a desert. That is strange, but intriguing. Alright, scan the energy pulse. They're targeting a single location, barren piece of the desert. I recommend an away team. Okay. Interval between each pulse has decreased by 0.47 seconds since we left the array. Ooh. It's getting quicker because he's running out of time. That's right. Alright, away team. Let's go. JustWrightGaming, the selling point of this game is you could either get them home faster. I actually assumed the selling point was screw the official story. Tons of what ifs here. That's what I would be here for. Just do whatever we want. Alright. Let's go. Yeah, like... Oh. I think this is Neelix as well, because that's a Talaxian freighter. Yeah, we do run into Neelix, like, right at the start, don't we? Can we just say no to Neelix? Just say, piss off. That way there will never be a Tuvix, because Neelix doesn't exist. Peculiar alien with a mischievous grin greets Voyager from his chaotic vessel. Neither Starfleet nor the Maquis has ever seen this species before. Perhaps an inhabitant of the Delta Quadrant. Greetings! I'm looking for something on this dusty old rock. Would we find anything, mister? Never seen a ship like yours. Let me guess, you were whisked away from somewhere else in the galaxy and brought here against your will. Sounds like you've heard this story before. Thousands of times. Well, hundreds of times. Maybe 50 times. But the caretaker has been bringing ships here for months now. The caretaker? That's what the Okumpa call him. That he probably snatched some of your crew too, right? They're likely down on the planet with the Okumpa. But Captain, it's a tricky place. Dangerous. You could use a guide. But of course, a guide needs a little, you know... water? Compensation. Wonderful, to be honest. I've had it rough lately. Those pesky void voles have been nibbling away at my supplies. Some food and water would be most welcome. If you help us find a missing crew, you can have all the food and water you want. We don't get to choose! It's just, it's written into the story already. We have, that part of the story has to be already done. Like, it has to be. That's the way it goes. God damn it. Wait. What's this? Oh, it's just that. Wait, what am I supposed to do now? Wait. I'm actually... Did I miss something? Do I have to like... Oh, do I have to like go to the transporter pad or something? Where is the transporter pad? Transporter room. No. You repair the ship, slash skip cycles until Neelix wants to talk again? Maybe. I just thought I would be able to do something else, but it just, I didn't see anything that like specifically told me what to do. I could have just skipped over it accidentally. Stop railroading my Star Trek campaign. Stop making me play the actual series. I mean, that's what it says. Well, it says that down the bottom as part of the UI, yes. Oh, I guess, yeah, it says rebuild Voyager and explore the system to skip cycles until he's ready to talk. Okay. It just didn't, like, say it on the thing. It's just, like, a little bit up in the top corner. Alright, we've got a cargo base that's, like, way better storage now, which is good. I want to destroy it with a torpedo, but I don't have a torpedo bay yet. I can build another thing, so... I want to know how I do, like, research. It's very possible I just can't yet. Let's repair the sick bay, because we have wounded crew, so that would be a good idea. Scan that. Deuterium. Geranium. Is it? I have a feeling it's only going to be deuterium and geranium at this point, isn't it? Until, like, more of the story unlocks. So I guess let's go to some geranium. Environmental storytelling needs a bit of work there. Yeah, because the rest of it, like, it kind of came up on the screen and told me, you know, what to do. And it wasn't, like, too railroady, but it was like, I at least knew what to do. But that time it was just kind of like, oh, I'm back on the map. Okay. Alright, we built some emergency quarters. Oh god, I keep zooming too far. Someone's calling us. I don't want to answer the phone right now. I'm sorry, I cannot come to the phone right now. Science laboratory. Ah, yes, let's repair that. I want that so I can research torpedoes. Caretaker's talking to us. Alright. What a delicious meal! A culinary experience! I've never encountered such a tangy but comforting, smooth yet vibrant concoction. What was it called again? Is it like orange juice or something? I don't remember. I love figuring games and mechanics out, but it seems like it needs work at the moment, which is expected. Yeah, like it is a demo. It's a pre-release demo. Doesn't represent final quality. Like, it's pretty early doors. That's why it's in Next Fest. So one could assume that most of my concerns that I've had so far will be ironed out by final release. I would hope. Oh, it's tomato soup. That's what it was, not orange juice. Something of a scientist myself. Sorry, something of a culinary wizard myself, you know. My Alfarian hair pasta bowl is widely known for its bold, mouth-watering taste. Mr. Neelix, I am pleased you're enjoying yourself, but we need your assistance now. Ah, yes, your missing crew. Scan the southern continent and look for a range of dead volcanoes. At their foot, you'll find a Kazon Ogla encampment. Please tell me I get to attack the Kazon. One Kazon sect of many. They control the quadrant. They can be difficult. I thought you said the Okompa had our people. The Okompa have your people. It's just that finding them is a bit tricky. My old pal Maj Jabin, the Ogre leader, might know where to look. He's a nice guy, a bit gruff, but he owes me a favor. He is not a nice guy, thank you very much. Well, I guess he's nice for the Kazon, maybe. Let's send a team. So are we actually going to get to choose who to send at this point, or is it just going to be Tom and Harry again? And then we just need Dick to complete the whole set. Oh, Neelix will accompany. Okay, so he's the dick. That makes sense, actually. It does make sense. Fly back to Okampa. Okay, so we've got to go... Let's get this geranium first. Okay. We didn't get as much as we wanted, but we got some, so that's fine. Alright, we got a sick bay and a laboratory. So now we can start healing people. Do they just... It looks like they immediately just go in there and then they start recovering, so that's good. We can switch it off, we can look at heroes. Oh, we can put the doctor in there. Well, we can put someone in there to increase efficiency. Send Tom in there to do his little probation thing, whatever that was that he was doing, becoming a medic. We can't do anything with the laboratory at the moment, by the looks of it. Can I repair this? No, I don't have that. Alright, let's turn on... No, we can't do that either. I think we've done like as much as we can for a lot of this. Oh wait! We can repair the torpedo bay. Yes, please. And the workshop. Okay, let's get some of these systems back online. Alright, let's send our away team. Wasn't expecting a Tom, Dick, and Harry reference. Nice. Look, it felt right. Oh, we can send Tuvok as well. Okay, we're sending Tuvok. Oh my god. That looks even more like Tuvok from Wish. He looks shorter, fatter, and his face looks weird. You know what? Sure. Neelix looks fine in both the portrait and the model, but Tuvok looks just a little off. I mean, the Doctor is one of my favorite characters, so I hope to see him. Yeah, he's definitely one of the best characters. Hopefully we get to see him. I don't know if we'll get to see him in the demo. I guess we'll find out. Away team materializes in a small valley between the volcanoes. The sun burns down on them mercilessly. The air is hot and dry and sandy. Wind whips into their eyes. Captain, our tricorders are malfunctioning. Probably because of the energy impulses. Do we get our bearings? How do we get our bearings in this dust bowl? Why is Tom there? I didn't take Tom. Still has Tom in the picture. Yeah, why is he there? I didn't send Tom down. I sent Ensign Harry Kim. Because I was actually literally just about to question, did we just accidentally choose all of the people that went down in the show? But then, no, that's right. It was Tom, not Harry. Because Tuvok and Neelix, I remember them being there. But yeah, obviously it was Tom. Alright, struggle through to the vantage point. He's the only one that can do it. There we go. The away team pushes forward, battling the strong winds and low visibility. Finally, they emerge onto a ledge with a clearer view of the surrounding area. In the distance, they spot the Kazon Ogla settlement. However, the wind is picking up and a massive sandstorm is approaching from the south. Captain, a sandstorm is heading our way. We need to find cover fast. So we can use Neelix and Harry to build a structure. Or we can... I'm going to use Tuvok again because... I don't know, for some reason I want to save Neelix for the next thing. Also, why does his face look so weird there? Tom looks like Tom, but Neelix looks like derp. I don't know why he looks so weird there. Alright, let's see what we get here. Okay, critical success. Oh, that's what the yellow is. Okay, so green is success, red is failure, yellow is critical success. See, I probably would have... I don't know if... I guess yellow can can often be used as critical. It just feels weird in this context. Because it feels like red bad, yellow medium, and green good. Like, generally, that's the kind of thing. But I guess some things use like yellow as crit. So it just feels weird in this setting. Hey Heckler, how you doing? Welcome in. The artist for the away team mission seems pretty decent, except that Neelix, you read my mind all the time. Yeah, like, it's just, I don't know why that one was so derpy. Like, Tom looked perfect, but Neelix was just like derp as hell. Alright, we've reached the settlement. How should we approach the people here? Guns are blazing. Oh, I should have... Oh, I should have left. Screw it. I knew I should have left Tuvok as the one that was prepared, not... Alright, let's go. Come on, Tuvok, you got this. Ah! Failure! They scatter in fear. The men, however, react with aggression, firing their weapons. The away team suffer slight injuries before a tall Kazon emerges from the settlement. Jabin, their leader, at the sight of Neelix, his face turns red with rage. In the background, a badly bruised young woman who looks nothing like the Kazon, more like a human with pointy ears, peers around a corner. Tuvok is injured. Demonstrate strength. We could just go in on... Probably shouldn't do that. And yet... Well... The away team's attempt to intimidate Jabin backfires. A brief firefight ensues, resulting in minor injuries to the away team. Jabin angrily orders the away team to leave his planet and to leave Neelix behind, with whom he has a score to settle. As a proof of power, Jabin gestures towards the bruised Okampa woman he is holding as a slave and proclaims Neelix will make a fine addition to his servants. When suddenly Neelix grabs a phaser. He points it at Jabin and demands for the Okampa girl to be freed. See, this comes back to what I was saying before. That I don't mind this kind of system as an idea. But like having to have each individual person out of action for each next action is kind of frustrating, because it's like I want to play it in a certain way, but then I have to know what's coming up to be like, alright Tuvok, you sit this out so that in the next interaction I can use you in the way that I want to play the game. And so you're almost forced to have to play it in a certain way just because that's what's left available rather than playing it as I want to, which it's not really... I don't love that. So I was out earlier for an Indian festival celebration. Friend invited me to their place and we were talking about getting married. Ooh, la la. No, I meant marriage as a concept. I see. And how for most of history marriage was arranged. And getting married for love is a newer age concept. And we were wondering if people are leaving each other more often because they get married for love and it wears out, rather for responsibility than learn to love the person. Well, especially Indian, like you're talking to an Indian, I think you said, in their culture, that's very new for them. Like marrying for love, like that's very common. Even still today, it's relatively common for them to have arranged marriages and stuff like that. And that was the whole idea, that you would learn to love the person. And I think that's something that's still debated these days, so I don't really have much to say about that, to be honest. Alright, let's see what happens next. Tuvok is very injured. Things are getting out of hand. Captain, we should retreat. Phaser fire! Tuvok, go again. I believe in you. You didn't... Okay. Tuvok is incapacitated, and Cass has been recruited. The away team's attempt to secure their retreat with phaser fire proves somewhat effective, but the Kazon returned fire with greater accuracy. The team suffers minor injuries before managing to escape. So Tuvok just got absolutely obliterated by phaser fire. Meanwhile, the other two of them are completely fine. Well, he's gonna need some healing. Who's that? Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, I forgot we were rescuing Tom and Chakotay. That's apparently supposed to be Chakotay, I think. So, yeah, why was Tom in that first picture? Oh, yeah. It's all... I'm just like... I was confused before. Because we, like, had Tom, Tuvok, and Neelix in the picture. But I guess we were... In the canon, Chakotay was selected instead of B'Elanna? I don't know. Safely back on Voyager, Neelix surprises the rest of the away team as he and the rescue woman kiss passionately. How deep does the relationship between the two go? Well, she's 2 years old, so... Actually, is she only 1 year old at this point? Sure. I guess you see the challenges on the side, but you don't have any idea what they will be until too late. Oh, on the left-hand side. Is that what those things on the very left-hand side was? What the next ones are going to be? Does that show in the order of the things that are going to come up? I have to pay closer attention to that then. Either way, it like forces you into having to make a specific choice first so that you can make other choices later, which I don't love. My dearest Cass, didn't I promise I'd save you? I knew you would come for me, my love. You lied and endangered my crew. This is not how trust is built, Mr. Neelix. He was desperate, Captain, but I understand. I want to repay you and your crew for saving me. I'm Okampa, and if your crew are with my people, then I can take you to them. Wait, didn't we get our crew? Isn't that Tom there? There's a tunnel that leads to an underground city, but the caretaker sealed it with a security barrier. I guess there was more people than just Tom and Chakotay, wasn't there? So we saved Tom and Chakotay, but the others are still there? It's been so long since I watched the actual start of this series. We may be able to transport through the barrier if I had the slightest breach. A transporter signal amplifier would be necessary. Wait, how are you on the bridge, Tuvok? You got shot 3 times. How are you still on the bridge? Excellent idea, Cass. Can you help us once we've located the breach? Of course, it's the least I can do. I'm grateful. Now, we have things to do. I don't care about your life story. Let's go. Even gay people wouldn't really have an issue in that sense because you get married for responsibility to continue your family in life rather than because you love the person, is what we were talking about as well. Right. To continue your family. Okay, sure. Yeah, I don't know. I can't say I have like a huge amount to input on the topic. I'm aware of it, and I'm aware of kind of the recency of it and what you're talking about and things, but I don't think I really have much more to add to the topic, if I'm honest. Someone get started on that transporter signal amplifier, and Kess will go to sickbay and have you examined. What about Tuvok? He's got 3 phaser holes in his chest. Captain, the science lab is back online. We can start researching the signal amplifier. Oh, luckily I got that started then. Oh, here we go. Here's the EMH. There we go, Darkfold. The doctor is online. Please state the nature of the medical... Wait a second. I thought we were in the research lab. With no other options available, Janeway activates the EMH. A shimmering figure materializes in sickbay, ready to provide critical care. Oh, right. We've gone to... Yeah, the sickbay for Kess. Okay. Please state the nature of the medical emergency. Doctor, our chief medical officer is dead! Yeah, so they did die. They were so important that we didn't even get to see them or know who they were. You'll have to take care of the sickbay for now, and this patient, Kess. There's no need for concern. I'm capable of treating any injury or disease, a broken ulna, a few minor bruises and grazes, nothing I can't handle. You're in most capable hands, young lady. Also, this portrait of the doctor looks a little bit weird as well. It's something about like their nose and face on all of them, or most of them, just look a little off. Like Kess looks a little off as well. Not hugely, but I expect you to do your best, Doctor. Do my best, Captain. I am programmed for optimal medical care. What else would I do? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a patient to attend to and a sick bay to reorganize. Alright. Let's get the transporter signal amplifier. Oh, it's already happening. Okay, it's doing it by default. Is there anything else I can... Oh, 2 things are already repairing. Okay, so I guess we just... It says research the signal amplifier in the science laboratory. Oh yeah, it's just remaining cycles 3. Okay, so I guess we're just waiting for 3 cycles. You're on the opposite end of the spectrum. All the married people in that location did have an arranged marriage, so there wasn't really a counterpoint ability. Right. What, all the people in India? Or in, like, where you were? Let's go get some deuterium, I guess. Sorry, some geranium. Ah, we got a torpedo bay now. Very nice. Prepare the torpedoes. The shuttle bay? Can we repair the shuttle bay? No, that requires resource we don't have. This is all just life support modules. Yeah, we don't have... I think we've kind of done most of the stuff we can do here other than cleaning out some of these ruined rooms. So we may as well do that. Alright, we have the signal amplifier. Is there anything else we can like any other research we can do? We need to repair the workshop. Ah, well, 1 step ahead of you, Mr. Tuvok. Workshop repaired. We can start production of the signal amplifier. Okay, let's do it. 3 more cycles for that one to be done. Alright, let's tractor beam some of this geranium. So this is another thing that's a little bit confusing, and why I was... Probably why some of what I was confused with the outcome earlier, where it was a critical success. We have a similar thing going on here with the green and the yellow. However, in this dialogue box, yellow means average outcome, and green means good outcome. So while I get that yellow often equates to critical in just video games, critical is generally like a yellow or an orange kind of situation. Having it in these settings is just kind of confusing. Especially when one of them is different to the other. So some way to do that differently would be good. I went for an Indian celebration and all of them, my friend and his relatives, all of them had an arranged marriage, so all of them were painting a pure positive for that concept. Right, okay, I see. No, you're right, but in the wrong way. Critical is yellow only when extreme critical ends in red. Wait, what do you mean, no, you're right, but in the wrong way? What are you even referring to there? Critical is yellow only when extreme critical ends in red. Well, it depends if it's like, if you're talking about like critical as in a critical in like an RPG, like a critical hit, it's like often yellow or orange. But if it's like critical failure, then it's like, yeah, critical's red, is bad. It's critical condition. So it depends on the... But my problem is the fact that they have different between the same... Like, in different scenarios, the yellow means different things. Which is weird. About yellow being a critical color, if green is good and it goes into critical, it goes to red with yellow in the middle. Yeah, well, that's basically what I'm saying it should be, and why but in like a different setting just within gaming, a critical hit, like in an RPG or something, is like a yellow or an orange. But when we're using green as success, then yellow should mean moderate success and red should mean failure. Especially when that has been a precedent set in some of the other dialogues, but it changes around, which is the confusing part. I really hope this game is polished more and lets you do non-canon things when it's full release. Reminder, do not pre-order games. Yeah, don't pre-order games. Yeah, me too. Like, I really do hope this game comes out fantastically. And to be clear, I'm not having a bad time with this game. There just are like a few things that I'm kind of like, why did they do it that way? Okay, we can do research, I guess. We can get better maneuvering thrusters, impulse engine, sorry, warp drive, shuttle bay. Let's go shuttle bay. Oh, wait. These are the ones that are already researched. Oh, so these are the ones that we can do. We can get a hyper spanner. Wait, what about the one behind... What about the one behind there? There's something... Isn't there something under that? Yeah. Oh. Oh, there's different things up here. Okay, I'm glad I accidentally clicked that. Let's go combat. Rotate shield frequency, research. Let's do it. All combat all the time. Okay, so we're doing research on rotating shield frequencies. Let's go get some fuel real quick. It strangely still seems to roll, but the yellow shows it can't lose, and the red bar shows the chance of failure. So I noticed earlier you had so much skill on a check that you couldn't fail it on the roll. This system is the opposite. You're correct, they use the same colors but aren't consistent. Yeah, that's my problem. Previously, and that's exactly what my whole conversation was about, is that previously when you rolled over the top of the possible success level, you would go from success to critical success, and there was no red on the bar because you couldn't fail because you were so over-equipped for the situation that it was only success or critical success. And the success was green, but then the critical success was yellow. But then in situations where, like here, where we've got, oh, there's orange in this one, where we've got a green and a yellow here as well, that yellow indicates average success, and the green indicates good success, I think. And in this one, that's an excellent success, and this would be a poor success, I think, because These ones, I guess you can't fail at specifically. These type of interactions you can't fail at as such, but you get a lesser good outcome, if that makes sense. But the fact that it's like color-coded in the way that it is, while the other ones also it's just confusing the way that they've done it. We should get some more fuel. Let's go down here. We're still crafting the amplifier. Why don't they just use text to say success chances? I think there should be like a text with a percentage chance as well, and I think that maybe there is, but they really should, the colors really should be consistent. What games do you have buyer's remorse from pre-ordering? City Skylines 2. I don't know if I pre-ordered that. I think, no, actually I think I did. I think my wife pre-ordered it on my behalf because it was a Father's Day thing. And I was still like, maybe shouldn't have got that. But it was either that or she was actually, originally she was going to get me Starfield. And then I was like, do not get Starfield. It's on Game Pass and I think it's going to be wank. And it was. And then City Skylines wasn't much better, but at least it wasn't on Game Pass. So, you know, I still wanted to be able to try it. Hey, Dispaminite, how you doing? They're asking for feedback. Are they in the room with us right now? And I know that sounds like a piss take, but like, I've been giving feedback throughout the whole stream. Do you mean like, is there like a feedback thing within the game? Like, is there like a menu you can go through to add feedback? Because a lot of these games in Next Fest have the ability to like bug report and like give feedback within the game. Alright, a signal amplifier has been completed and is ready for use, Captain. It would be wise to make haste back to the Okumpa. Alright, is there anything we can do here first? Can we repair the shuttle bay? No, we still need Tritanium before we can do any of the fun stuff. Oh, these two rooms are still clearing. Okay, so there's not much we can do other than going back to the Okumpa. On their Discord. Do they have a way of doing it through the actual game, or is it only through the Discord? Can we get any... No. Any of the fun stuff requires resources I can't get yet. Cargo bay. No, I don't want to do any of that at the moment. I guess I'll just keep clearing out stuff. Oh, we do actually have a phaser control room already. Okay, so we'll get that then. I don't need to build a new one. I don't know of a way to do it in-game. Okay. Because I've played a few of the different games through Next Fest, and like a bunch of them have had ways to do it in-game. I don't... Part of me doesn't like having to go through an extra thing like Discord to do it, but also a bigger part of that is I just won't remember unless it's in the game. But I mean, I've been giving feedback throughout the entire stream, so that is available there. Damn, Discord, not parasocial relationship builder? How dare they? Alright, let's send the away team. There is a link in the game on the main menu to their Discord though. Okay. Good to know. Alright. Okay, so does this denote the challenges that I'm going to face and the order that I'm going to face them in? Because that could be handy to know. It is very annoying that Vulcan Botanist is too wounded to really be of any use. And there is going to be a combat. I'm going to send Tuvok anyway. we're just going to get Tuvok killed. If we can get Balana, I mean, surely she should have combat as well, no? Nah, not yet. We'll pass all these other ones, and then we'll get Tuvok to not engage in anything until the phaser fire, and then we'll send him in. That's the plan. It's not gonna work, but we're gonna try again anyway. That's what I always feel about Discord communities. Literally use it to cultivate parasocial relationships. It certainly can be used in that way. Upon materializing near the tunnel entrance, a group of Kazon is already there tinkering with the security barrier in frustration. As soon as they notice the away team, they flinch in fear and back off a bit. Watch out! Shouts one of them. The foreign warriors are back. That's right, Tuvok's back, even though you shot him 3 times. They are the order of the challenge. I haven't got anyone killed. That'll be a fun experience. Look, we're seeing how we go so far. Bluff to open fire if they don't retreat. Count to 3. All right, Kess, show them you beat. Oh god, she's not cut out for this. Oh god, they didn't believe her bluff. They seem perplexed at the concept of counting to 3. Only a warning shot makes the Kazon take to their heels. Okay, so we did actually fire the warning shot. We've reached the tunnel entrance using the transporter signal amplifier now to find possible breaches in the security barrier. Alright, so it's got to be Balana. We have to use Balana. Oh, actually, you know what? Oh, it's Balana either way. Okay, let's do this then. It's up to you, Balana. Success. Or critical success for some reason. The away team deploys the transporter signal amplifier, carefully scanning the barrier for vulnerabilities. After a tense few minutes, they locate a small breach in the energy field. They successfully transport themselves through the opening and into the tunnel. Beyond the barrier, the tunnel opens into a breathtaking sight embedded into a large cavern. A futuristic environment with smooth white walls emerges in front of the away team, glowing in a warm white light and littered with patches of greens. The Okompa City. Captain, we're inside the Okompa City, but it's a maze of streets and chambers. How should we proceed to find Tom and Chakotay? Well, unfortunately, we're gonna have to rely on useless Kess again. Oh, we can only succeed in this one, thank God. Because I guess she gets an extra buff because she lives here. It doesn't... I'm trying to figure out where it kind of says that, though. Because it just says 16 there. And it's hard to say, like, how the numbers impact... Oh, well, I guess, is this the number we're trying to achieve? And then this is the number that we can use. So 16, and then she gets a 16. But if Tuvok did it, it would be 12 trying to get a 50. Oh man, that Kess art in the screen looked like a horror game for a human cryptid. Oh, I didn't see it. I wasn't paying enough attention. Do the other option? No, we're saving Tuvok for the next one where there's a combat option. Alright, success. Kess approaches a group of Okompa, respectfully asking for assistance in locating the missing Tom and Chakotay. The Okompa, touched by her concern, eagerly provide directions to the medical facility. The away team eventually finds their crew members awake but disoriented. Surrounded by strange medical equipment, Chakotay instinctively reaches for a weapon, but before any confrontation can occur, the ground starts to shake violently. Okay. 16 difficulty and 16 skill. Yeah, so the one on the left is the difficulty and then the one on the right is the skill. And Okompa gives you an advantage. See, that's what I said, and that's what I figured was the case. It just... Other than the fact that she is like, it's obvious that that would happen. Like, she lived in the city, she's an Okompa, so in an Okompa city, she gives an advantage. I'm more so talking about the fact that unless I missed it, which I could have, there wasn't anything that specifically denoted that and how much that advantage was, if that makes sense. I guess in the fact that the skill level or the difficulty level was lower, but it wasn't like, oh, a compa plus 20 or something like that. It didn't give me specific information about it. Always go against the tutorial, always. There was something that denoted it. It said Ocampa in yellow, but doesn't give you a specific number. Yeah, well, that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm not saying it should give you, like, a specific number per se, but it just wasn't overly clear. I get what you're saying. There needs to be an element that speaks to why that Ocampa makes a difference. Maybe add in a tooltip. Yeah, just something that is a little more specific. Like, you can put 2 and 2 together easily enough. Like, that's not a problem. But just in like a full, final, polished game, it feels like there just needs to be something there to kind of, you know, it might feel a little bit like Speak to Me Like I'm 5 years old, but it does still need to be there, I think. If a new player and a new fan had never watched Voyager, you might not know. Exactly. You need to, it's a very delicate balance. Like, you need to tell people critical information like they're stupid, but not make them feel stupid. Which is a really difficult balance. But you do have to do that. A message from Captain Janeway cuts through the joy of reunion. The caretaker array has apparently repositioned itself and is now firing at the tunnel entrance. We need to get out of here. Alright, let's go, Tuvok. It's a 45 difficulty with a 20... I mean, you have to do it either way, so... We literally didn't have a choice here. We actually just had to do this. It would have been a 30... So 35... So I'm pretty sure these are better odds. It's like a 50-50 as opposed to a less than that. Oh, a 33. 66. Alright, let's see if we get sealed in and lose everyone. You did it! You did it, Tuvok. You came through at last. You're not gonna die, hopefully. Out of context question, can I ask public opinion about something? Depends what it is, I guess. I mean, you can ask everyone else. I may or may not answer it depending on what it is, I guess. Or depending on if I have any input to that. Never watched it, but the streamers' reactions are like a summary of the show. I hope so. Because, yeah, I've obviously watched it. So, I have some idea of what's going on. Tuvok doesn't fail. Failing is not logical. You tell that to him like 15 minutes ago when he took like 3 actions trying to attack the Kazon, failed every time, and became incapacitated. And then as soon as we got back to the ship, he was on the bridge telling the captain we should use the transporter amplifier thing. That's why he's injured. Tuvok cheated. No, he wouldn't do that. Tremors are interfering with the signal amplifier's focus, Captain. The connection is constantly being interrupted. We can't beam out like this. Alright, Balana. Your time to shine. Critical success, let's go. Stabilize the transporter. There we go, critical success. Working quickly, the away team adjusts the transporter signal amplifier frequency and modulation compensation for the tremors. Compensating for the tremors. The transporter signal stabilizes, allowing the away team to lock onto the beam and materialize safely back to the Voyager. Huzzah! No injury bonus. Yay! Tuvok didn't get shot at again. Woo! Look at that, a 2. I feel like rolling under and using low numbers to beat a check feels counterintuitive to modern systems. Yeah, a lot of games you tend to have to roll over the number, but there are definitely some systems that use rolling under. I guess it's preference in a way. Feels very normal to me. Call of Cthulhu uses a system like that. Same with old school Paranoia. Yeah, it's literally just like what you're used to at that point, like what you've played before. Maybe they can incorporate the movie into the game. Maybe. Maybe that's what this game is about. Like, just play clips of the movie here and there. Well, you say that. There's been a few parts where it looks like they've literally just... Well... This was the kind of shot before that looked like... So there was... Harry was here, and it looked like it was literally just a scene from the series, but with a filter on it. But now it's got that same aesthetic. Tom looks absolutely like Tom, but Chakotay has this weird, like, lower half of the face, almost baby face going on. The proportions are, like, not quite Chakotay, if that makes sense. And like it's concept art stuff, so it's like, you know, I'm not even having a go at that really, but it does look a little bit strange. I don't mind. Oh, the ads are about to start. I don't mind ads that much. I love supporting free. Wait, where was the? I love supporting free or with sub streamers, but the moment I ask or say something, an ad starts playing and I can't hear the streamer's answer plus reaction is so infuriating and annoying. Is that the question you were asking? We literally, it's ironically, we literally have ads now. So that's unfortunate. I'll answer that. I'll read that again in a sec. Back on Voyager, Tom Paris breathes a sigh of relief while Chakotay eyes his Starfleet rescuers with suspicion. The Marquis commander struggles to understand this sudden alliance. Captain Chakotay, welcome aboard Voyager. I'm Captain Catherine Janeway, and Mr. Paris, it's good to have my pilot back. What? No champagne? Not even the replicated? I'm Commander Chakotay of the Marquis. Torres, what's going on here? You couldn't even let Tom Paris, Nick Lucanu, finish his sentence. Also, that looks a little bit different as well. All of the models and like the portraits and stuff all just look slightly off. Like his model looks mostly fine. He does look a little baby-faced again down the bottom. Not as bad as the concept art from before, but he looks like a little different. But it's like, it's all passable. Long story, Chakotay. Short version, we're stuck with Federation sycophants in the Delta Quadrant. And we share a common goal, getting back home. Anything you learned on the planet that could help us. Oh, anything you learned on the planet could help us. That's how that was supposed to be read. Ask if they know why they were sent to Okampa. The caretaker mentioned that you might have what he needs. Can you make sense of that? We woke up covered in scabs. The Okampa said we were sent away to prevent some kind of plague. Except we weren't sick before. Yeah, true. They also mentioned others with the same disease, but they didn't last. They died? I want you both in sickbay now. Captain, their condition is unusual. It appears to be a cellular disruption caused by the introduction of foreign genetic material. Their bodies are rejecting it. Rather violently, I might add. They're fortunate. A few more days and the cellular disruption would have been fatal. Phew. Foreign genetic material. For what purpose? You were probed and penetrated by aliens. Wait a second. I don't think that's what happened. All right, let me let me read chat again. Okay, so let me reread what Tues said. Don't mind ads that much. I love supporting free or with sub streamers. But the moment I ask or say something, an ad starts playing and I can't hear the streamer's answer plus reaction is so infuriating and annoying. Yeah, I agree. Unfortunately, there's not really much. I don't think there's not really much the streamers can do on their end because it's just the platform. You could, I think technically you might be able to have just everything off, but then I think if you turn, I don't even know if you can do that actually. But even if you do, I think it turns other stuff off as well. I try to have mine as like as non-intrusive as possible, but yeah, it does seem to happen at like awkward times. I always try to make it so I'm deliberately not doing stuff, like important stuff when the ads play. Like as soon as ads play, I try to kind of just stop doing anything important and just kind of like wait and chill. But yeah, no, I understand. I definitely understand. I wish there was more that I could do on my end to make that less annoying. But that is the nature of the platform. I got it. The artist is just a Tom drawing specialist. Oh, you reckon Tom's the one drawing all of them? Is that why he looks great in all of them, but everyone else looks a little off? That would make sense. Too late, Janeway. You quarantine someone before shaking their hands and having them cough on you. Now she's got the genetic material. Usually when aliens probe you, they don't deposit genetic materials. You don't know the aliens I've seen. Sorry, what? You can't turn everything off. The only way to get rid of it is to stop being affiliate. Yeah, exactly. So that's the thing. Like, you would have to... So technically you can do it, but then you can't be affiliate at all. And then you miss out on certain things, such as like emotes and stuff like that. You can't have them at all if you're not affiliate in any way. So it's like, you could make the experience better in one sense, but then make it worse in another. New update of Twitch really sucks. What is the new update? Is it the one that you messaged me before? I can't remember what it was now, to be honest. I feel like it's a way to force everyone to get Twitch Turbo, so instead of subbing to a channel, you sub to Twitch. Yeah, pretty much. Because the Twitch Turbo viewing experience is far better. But then, yeah, I think more money is going to Twitch than it's going to the actual streamers. Even my YouTube ad block stopped working on Twitch. What, because of the new update? Rip. It's like paying for Netflix, but Twitch doesn't have to pay for any of the shows. Yeah. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Heart icon tier and heckler use makes my stupid brain think they're the same person is saying different things. Well, they've got different colors on their names, so there's at least that. Okay, excellent question, Commander. It appears to have been introduced deliberately, though why anyone would want to inject them with incompatible DNA is beyond my comprehension. Prognosis, Doctor. I've already started the treatment. With my expertise, they should make a full recovery. Captain, there is now enough evidence to form a reasonable hypothesis. The caretaker provides for the Ocampa, yet remains on his array. It is logical to assume the provisions arrive through the energy pulses. They have increased in frequency since our arrival. Now he destroyed the access tunnel. In addition, he frequently mentioned running out of time. The caretaker has sustained the Ocampa for millennia. Why the sudden urgency? It is illogical. Because he's about to die. My conclusion is that he does not intend to continue his role as the caretaker. The Doctor's discovery further confirms my hypothesis. The caretaker is enacting measures to safeguard the Okompa for as long as possible. However, they will run out of energy eventually, so he seeks a successor, one who would continue his work. This explains the abduction and subsequent testing and individuals from various sectors. I believe the caretaker is dying. Oh no! If he dies, how the hell are we supposed to get home? The long way around! We have to return to the array before it's too late. Captain, given the caretaker's reluctance to cooperate, a more assertive approach may be necessary. That's right. Guns are blazing. We'll blast our way out, phasers, torpedoes, the whole shebang. I believe a bit of tactical planning is in order. Shields first, then phasers. I'm pretty sure I've got both of them already. Repair and activate the phaser. Oh, it's literally getting repaired right now. Okay, so we're close. Twitch HQ, streamers aren't the point of our website. Just pay us and leave them starving. Oh man. Especially with some of the stuff that's going on recently. It just shows how little Twitch cares about the people that are literally making their platform exist at all. Phaser control room done. Our offensive and defensive capabilities have been restored, Captain. We're as ready as we'll ever be. Let's show this quadrant that what we're really made of. Alright, let's get some deuterium from here first, just because we were going here anyway. Launch a torpedo at it. Bad. Bad. Oh, we damaged the hull of the ship. We were too close to the explosion. Ah, well, we got to fire torpedoes. Worth it. Oh, we probably have to go, yeah, back to the sector. I don't know how... Oh, I had to click and hold for that one, don't I? Can I build anything in here? Engineering office. No, I can't really build any of these things yet. Has any of my research been done? Let's just get 2 more of these ruined rooms done. I can't remember where the research was. Oh, rotate shield frequency is still underway. Okay. There we go. It's done now. So I can unlock tier 2, I think. Yeah, here we go. Combat tier 2. Let's go. Get that happening. We're almost here. Ruined room done. I don't think there's really anything else I can do now. Because I still don't have the resources to get some of these things activated. I'm assuming they're just not available in the demo. Alright, set course. For anyone asking, the badge is from Little Nightmares 3. Oh, is that what it's from? Did Tuvok read the damned script? How does he know all this? How does he know? No, he's just very smart. He's logical. He's a Vulcan. Very smart. Ah, we've got tier 2. Torpedo, launch bay, level 2, shield generator, disruptor control room. More torpedo damage. Let's go. Go away from the caretaker, old man. Abuse the tutorials. See how free they let you be. Well, we're like towards the end of the stream, and I think this is probably going to be towards the end of the demo, so if I can wrap this up in a nice little bow, that kind of will be perfect. By the way, I want to suggest one small free game. It's called Upload Labs. Upload Labs? What's that about? Why was he even a banjo player? I might suffer tonight and read 200 plus fan wiki pages articles when I only plan to find one answer.
Actions speak louder than words, as long as the action you're doing is speaking words very loudly.
He's got a point. That makes sense. You know, just speak louder. And then they will speak louder than words because the words are spoken loudly. I don't know. I don't know what he's about sometimes. Alright, let's go. Let's blow up this array. Ah, the K's on here already. That's right. You may have 3 ships, but my 1 ship is stronger than your 3. And I've just upgraded my... No, I'm upgrading my torpedoes. I have got the ability to rotate my my shield frequencies though, so seems we're expected. It's the Kazon. They're probably not calling to chat. I'll have our marquee raider manned. You'll have support if this turns into a fight, Captain. I sure hope it will. Let's see what they have to say first. No, let's fire. Why are you here? Do you truly believe you can defeat us? Yes. I've watched the show. I know it can be done. This ship is way more powerful than what you've got. It's computer project game? Right. What do you do in it? All we care about is getting home, Jabin. We beamed over to the array and see if we can arrange that. We will beam over to the array and see if we can arrange that. That's all. After your display of firepower, we do not fear you, but we are not fools. We have no dispute with you. Then leave. The array is ours. This is absurd. We have no intention of challenging you. That's where you're wrong, Catherine. The array is mine. Leave or face my wrath. Jabin, we can discuss this like 2 civilized. He's disconnected, Captain, and they are powering their weapons. Let them try. Battle stations. Let's go. Okay, see, this is one of the things I was waiting for, a combat encounter. I want to see how this goes, because so far everything's been very dialogue heavy, which is fine, but I want to see if there's like more to it. What display of firepower? JustWrightGaming failed 3 times in a row. Hey, Tuvok failed 3 times in a row. Okay, Voyager and a Marquee Raider versus 3... Oh no, a Kazon carrier, a support vessel, and another support vessel. Okay, select hero. Chakotay? Tuvok? And Paris. I mean, they're definitely our best pilots and tacticians, so use cloaking. Start combat. The Voyager will fight semi-autonomously. Phasers are fired automatically. Torpedoes manually. You can control the ship by opening the command menu and deciding how to approach the enemy. Okay. Interesting. Have a combat encounter right before the demo ends. Break the tutorial. Use the worst characters. No. Okay, so we're targeting the Kazon carrier. I forgot how big the Kazon carrier was. Alright, so we can target different things, maybe? What are your orders? Combat is paused. Complete tutorial steps to continue. Wait. What are the tutorial steps? Defeat Jabin and his fleet? It makes sense in the show, Duck, since it's how the show went. Yeah. Oh yeah. This is like following the story beat for beat at the moment. This is not well done, press E. Yeah, this part, like, if you hadn't have said that, I actually would have had no idea what to do. Because there's nothing... Oh, here we go. Bottom right-hand corner. Yeah, so it's, like, selected in, like... It's hard to see behind me. If I move across to here, you can see over there. There is, like, a little white border around it that's kind of pulsing. But it's in the bottom right-hand corner. And it says complete tutorial steps to continue. That is not where I would look for the next tutorial steps. It's the same sort of problem that I had last time where it was like up in the top left-hand corner was the next thing. It didn't even tell me to look for that either last time. It was just like, we finished the dialogue and then it was up there that I had to struggle with this for a while. Yeah, it's not very clear. You kind of have to just look all over the screen. It should just say combat is paused, press E to continue the tutorial. Like, I don't know why it doesn't just say that. Audio shift to try and attack or defend a side with either defensive or offensive movement. Fleeing requires enemy engines to be damaged, while surrendering costs resources as a form of payment. You can also repair damaged subsystems. Proceed to offensive movement. Okay, offensive actions. We can target the shields, the warp core, or the engines. Does it want us to specifically target that? I want to target the warp core. Combat is paused. Okay, so if we unpause now. I mean, I should have targeted the shields first. In battle, the hero's abilities can be activated either by selecting them with the mouse or by pressing the number. Blue countdown indicates that the ability is activated, while the white countdown shows the cooldown time until the ability is ready for use again. Oh, so can I go... Oh, we have... That's like in real time. Oh, there we go. There's the evasive maneuvers. Okay, interesting. Torpedoes have to be fired manually. Okay, this is fine. Torpedoes away! So this part almost becomes like an MMO kind of thing. I don't hate this part so far. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. Alright, straight for the warp core. Let's go. Oh, I think it's... Is it dead? Enemy ship has surrendered, Captain. No. I disagree. I think there's only one of them left. I don't think I can actually target them once they're already disabled. Very sad. Alright, torpedoes. Can I... So how do you... Can you not change the... Is it orders? Ah, here we go. Offensive action. So I can target the warp core on this guy as well. We won! Okay, we can't just blow them up, sadly. That went better than expected. Our raider is still in good shape. I'll keep it close by just in case more Kazon decide to show up. Okay, alright. I mean, that wasn't terrible. That wasn't terrible. Let me read on chat. I wonder how much of its language is language barrier issues, given the company making it is German and a small company at that. Could be. Some of it just seems to be like basic design elements though that I've had issues with. To be fair, a lot of games do freeze the screen and highlight a blinking button. Yeah, and I don't like those either. It should say, if they want me to divert my attention to somewhere specifically, it should either have like an arrow or something, or just say like, if it's wanting me to press E, it should just say press E, and then, like, show me what that E is relating to with an arrow or something, or just something that's a little more obvious. Did he move the ship? Why doesn't it say movement target reached? It's like moving autonomously or semi-autonomously depending on whether I chose defensive or offensive. So that was, I could only determine what abilities I was using, but it was like basically moving itself. What you've seen is most of what can be done. Yeah, this feels like the end of the demo pretty much. You can activate hero abilities and fire torpedoes. That's it. I don't know what that thing in the bottom corner is. I don't know if I even saw that. I wanted a kaboom. Yeah, it's a shame I couldn't actually... I targeted the warp cores, but I wasn't allowed to kill them. That's a change to the show. We saved the Marquee Raider. Oh yeah, did it die in the... I don't even remember the Marquee Raider existing in the show. It probably did, but I just don't remember it. Would you rather, if you are in a combat with your starship and... sorry, what part of the enemy ship you'll hit first? 1 engine, 2 shield, 3 weapons, 4 warp drive. I'd probably target the shields first, then the weapons, and then the warp core. It depends on the situation. If they're trying to retreat, I'm targeting engines. Firstly, I should be targeting the shields, and then targeting the weapons so they can't hurt me. But then if they try and retreat, target the engines. But if they're so damaged that it doesn't matter, I'm targeting the warp core. It's like, it's a kind of a hierarchy of what I would choose in certain events, but shields first. Take down the shields, then target the warp core. Yeah, it depends on, like, the situation, because if their ship is going to be able to inflict damage and I can just go straight for the heart, rather than having to, like, soften up their weapons or anything first, then yeah, it depends on the actual fight. First time I saw it in the bottom left corner since first time I've watched the combat. Marquee Raider rammed the carrier to destroy it. Oh, is that what happened? Then the carrier hit the array, which damaged its self-destruct system the caretaker activated, which is why Voyager had to blow it up. Yeah, because I remember Voyager using, like, torpedoes to blow it up. I remember that. JustWrightGaming's answer is making me understand Stellaris combat more, or just sci-fi combat. Shields die, armor or hull gets damaged, boom. Yeah. You gotta take the shields down first, and then you can blow up the ship. It depends on how the combat's flowing. You are strong, Captain, but there is strength in numbers. I have called for reinforcements. This array will be mine! False, I'm gonna blow it up. Then I guess we don't have much time. Hail the array. Well, aren't you persistent? Yes. We need you to send us back to where we came from. Impossible. I've barely enough strength to complete my work. I must protect the Ocampa. If I don't, the Kazon will steal their water. They won't be able to survive. Send us home. You've dragged us into this. You need to send us. Captain, Javin wasn't bluffing. His reinforcements have arrived. I could try to access the array's system to transport us to the Alpha Quadrant, Captain. Imagine if you could actually just do it here. You could just get home. You're like, ah, I saved the crew. The bloody speed run. I'm fading, time's up. If you leave, the array will be left to the Kazon. They will annihilate the Ocampa. You must destroy it. Don't listen to him. We'll be stranded. Please, protect the Ocampa. So do I actually have a choice here? Is there actually a choice here? We need their planets for their dirt. Ah, yes. Very useful resource. Dirt. Caretaker fades away, collapsing into an inert crystalline form. Janeway is now faced with an impossible choice. Return to the Alpha Quadrant, leaving the Occupant defenseless, or sacrifice. Voyagers return to ensure their safety. The clock is ticking. See, now this would be like a thing that'd be like, this is a massive choice that the player could make. But I have a feeling you're going to get railroaded, otherwise the rest of the game wouldn't exist. He's gone. Captain. The Kazon are closing in. Should I access their primary control systems to send us back? Oh, it does say we have an option. So, I want to see what happens if we try and go back. Easy buy, Ocampa. Janeway applied for vacation and it starts in 3 weeks. That's it. Hey, foulest bastard. How you doing? I want to see what happens. Protecting the Ocampa would have violated the Prime Directive. Would it? They're not an emerging society. I guess maybe it still would. My responsibility to this crew. Access the control systems. We're going home. You're abandoning the Ocampa? To hell with the Prime Directive. They deserve a chance to live. You shut your mouth. You shut your mouth, Chakotay. You are the character that went nowhere. You're such a nobody. Shut your mouth. Alright, follow through. It's my ship, Commander Tuvok. Now! Attempting to access the primary control systems, Captain. Success! Transit program initiated. The array is ready. Engage. Janeway makes the call. Voyager will return home. Tuvok activates the caretaker's technology and a blinding white light engulfs the ship. Uncertainty hangs in the air. Will it work? Will they make it back? Time seems to freeze as the crew braces for the unknown. Look, it's got to just be like, it will send them some of the way back. It can't actually just send them all the way back. Otherwise, there wouldn't be anything, there wouldn't be a game, surely. Janeway needs a reason to put it in her log. That's right. Like, I've got to mention the Prime Directive, okay? What if there's a different storyline if you go home? Honestly, I would be very impressed. If, like, we go home and then the Kazon are then able to, like, because we didn't destroy the array, if they're able to use the array to get back to us and start some sort of intergalactic war with the Federation and the Kazon, like, I'll be totally there for that. I don't think that's gonna happen, but I guess we'll find out. Or it moves you to the mirror universe. True, yeah. Could create like a schism in the timelines, or yeah, send you to just a different reality or something. The mirror universe. Home again, home again. Voyager materializes in the Alpha Quadrant. The familiar stars are a welcome sight, but the joy of returning home quickly fades as Starfleet and Marquis meet eyes. Just moments ago they were allies, united by a common goal, now back in familiar territory. The reason for their alliance has vanished. So we are back! If they are railroading you, then credits roll. It wants you to save the Ocampa. Yeah, you guessed correctly. Maybe. The goal of the game is to get home. You got home, you won. Yeah, I mean, maybe. You abandoned the Ocampa, Janeway, left them to the Kazon, another powerful enemy preying on the weak, just like the Cardassians. Oh well. Won't apologize for putting my crew first, Chakotay. If you remember, the only reason you and I formed this alliance was to get our people home safely. And now we're back to being enemies. Is that it? You're going to hand us over to Starfleet? Damn right. I respect what we've accomplished together, Commander, but my loyalty belongs to Starfleet. You and your crew will be detained. I should have known better. Starfleet will always be Starfleet. You bastards! We fought side by side with you. We saved your ship. We helped you get home. You can't do this. False. I can and I will. Lieutenant Tuvok, escort the Commander and his crew back to the brig. Aye, Captain. Commander, if you please. You talked about unity after working together. Always the noble heroes until it's inconvenient. You sicken me, Janeway. Oh well. Captain, with all due respect, this isn't right. They helped us get home. They saved my life. We can't just imprison them. He is not to disagree. What does that mean? Let's go with that. I understand your emotions, but you are out of line. I expect you to remember your place and follow orders. I apologize. That's right, Forever Ensign. You're going to remain Ensign with that attitude. Captain Janeway acted in accordance with Starfleet protocol. It was the only logical choice. Does this mean I'm heading back to the penal colony? Because honestly, I'd rather take my chances with the Borg than be locked up with Chakotay and the others. Promise nothing. Mr. Paris, your service aboard Voyager will be noted in my report to Starfleet Command. Hopefully they will take that into account when reviewing your case. I see. Thanks, Captain, I guess. Well, gentlemen, it seems our adventure has come to an end. Mr. Paris, set a course for Starfleet headquarters. It's time to report in and for a coffee break. We did it! I got the crew home. What they couldn't do in what was like 7 seasons or something, or took them 7 seasons, I did it in 1 2.5 hour stream. Take that. Got him. I mean, given what happens to the Marquis, you probably just saved their lives. Yeah, they'll be sitting comfortably in a Federation prison for however long, so they're probably better off. I don't have time for you, Chakotay. I want to retire and write a novel. Yeah, screw you, Mr. Chakotay. We did it. I can't believe we did it. Out of the 2 times I tried to get home, 1 failed and 1 succeeded. So, because there was the option with the array, right? You could either blow it up or you could activate it, and it was a 60% chance. I succeeded on that 60% chance, so I guess obviously it's 40% chance you don't, and then you can't go home. I wonder if the Equinox is still in the Delta Quadrant then. Yeah, I don't. The ramifications of them going home straight away, because of all the impacts they had in the Delta Quadrant, and the different like timelines and stuff, because there was time travel and things like that going on because they were in the Delta Quadrant, things happened there. It's like a whole, this creates a whole new universe. And they'll be home for the Cardassian, they'll be home for the Dominion War, so maybe they'll get drafted into the Dominion War now. Like, there's a lot of things that'll happen differently because of that. The Borg both will lose. The Borg will lose the war. Yeah, because 8472 will just rip through them because we won't help them anymore. Because we won't be there. B'Elanna's dreadnought blows up a planet. Good job, B'Elanna. I'm trying to remember what B'Elanna's dreadnought was. 7 of 9 is still a Borg. Echeb is still a Borg. Yeah, no 7 of 9. No Echeb. No 7 for the Picard series, probably. Yep. No Adam. There's just... This changes everything. Q never got released from the prison? True! I forgot there was that whole Q timeline. And... Oh, that... Because there was the whole Q Civil War. So he just never gets out to have the Civil War at all. So now the Q continuum is entirely different. B'Elanna reprogrammed the Cardassian dreadnought, which got taken by the caretaker and malfunctioned. Oh. That messes the whole thing up. Yeah, everyone, them being home early, like, changes so much. Kremen still erasing planets. Oh, I remember now. That's like with Seska and everything, right? There was like, it was like a, wasn't it like an, there was also like an automated missile. That was a different thing, I think. But yeah, I vaguely remember that now. Is the Doctor a hologram? Yes, the Doctor is a hologram. He's one of the best characters. Doctor is set off to mine. Yeah, because he no longer like gains a personality and everything, and all of his version of EMH gets like relegated to menial tasks because they had a bad attitude, pretty much. He was never there to change any of that. The Kremen time ship never got stopped, and the Doctor never saved the Prometheus from the Romulans. The Romulan, yeah, yeah. No, no ECH going on. None of that. Oh man, it really does change a lot, doesn't it? Michael McKean is still terrorizing those poor people in the VR space. Lewis Zimmerman dies. Barclay, however, doesn't get obsessed. True, he never gets obsessed with Voyager. Don't know if that really changes much in the scheme of things, but that does happen. They never find the Ferengi on that random planet, so those Ferengi are still like extorting the people. The two Ferengi are still in the Delta Quadrant. There you go. Same great minds. Neelix doesn't save the Talaxians from the second to last episode. Oh, Neelix. Yeah, he exists, doesn't he? Tuvix is never born? Honestly, I think we've got a net positive here, boys. we stopped Tuvix from ever being born. We did it. Jobs are good. They never create a clone of themselves and the ship on that demon planet. So there's not an extra Voyager and their crew roaming around the Delta Quadrant. 8472 versus the Borg is a big deal though. Yeah, that's a huge deal. Yeah, that not happening. The Borg now just getting annihilated, leaving 8472 to take that power vacuum. To be fair, they wouldn't necessarily pose a threat to the Federation, because they were just trying to stop the Borg from killing them, so I don't know how much it would change. I don't know if they had plans for expansion to Earth or anything, but you know, you never know, because they're not, the Borg aren't there to deal with them anymore. Tuvix is never born and Janeway doesn't murder him. Rip. Hirogen don't get the holographic technology, yeah, so they don't have that extra edge. Which means the Bajoran hologram doesn't go on a murder spree. True. Time ship never comes back in time to stop Voyager and ends up sending it back to the 1990s, starting the computer age. Yeah. So that means there's never a computer... Because is that... I remember that whole thing, but is that the canon that that's how the computer age started at all? Because he came back and then that dude got the tech for microchips and started like introducing it, and that's why the computer age ramped up so quickly. They would eventually, once they got into that space technically, yeah, but I guess it would have happened a lot differently. Based on Star Trek Online, the Borg provoked them to attack the galaxy. Oh, okay. He never existed or wasn't supposed to exist. Stupid transporters remaking you each time. But I know he is one of the most controversial characters or fan discussions for Star Trek. Yeah, Tuvix. But yeah, either love him or you hate him. Not just kidding, yeah, you hate him. They sort of took over everything in their universe, and now they know this universe exists, so they would just continue to expand as normal, as if it was a continuation of their own space. Yeah, I suppose so. It would probably take a while because Delta Quadrant, Alpha Quadrant, but it probably would happen eventually. Paxton detects Voyager's hull in the explosion, travels to blow up Voyager, which throws them into the 90s, which leads Ed Bagley Jr. to use the time ship to jumpstart the computer age, which is a paradox. Yeah, no paradox anymore. That's not happening. Damn. I wasn't expecting that to happen straight away. Warp 10 never happens and Paris and Janeway don't evolve into newts. No random salamander kids. We've done a good thing here today, ladies and gentlemen. No Tuvix, no salamander kids. I think this is a net positive. But we have the semiconductor or transistor revolution technically in the 60s, when Fairchild Semiconductors had its secret sources leaked or stolen in reply to computer age in the 90s. Well, Voyager won't be a part of this anymore. Tom and Baldur don't get married or have a kid. What about Naomi Wildman? Everyone's favorite character, Naomi Wildman, doesn't get to exist anymore. I mean, it's possible. It's not likely, though. In our world, Janeway doesn't get home. Naomi would be born on Earth. Was the person that they were... Because I thought they met... Didn't they meet on the ship? I didn't pay too much attention to the Wildman timeline. Oh, she was pregnant when they got abducted. Okay, so that changes nothing then. For some reason, I thought it happened on the ship. Her husband wasn't on the ship. Okay, so Naomi would have been born on Earth then, so that wouldn't change much. All right, we should actually wrap it up. Yeah, I'll give my full thoughts in a sec, but we got there. You've reached the end of the demo. You've escaped the fate and brought Voyager home against all odds. A peaceful return, but you missed out on all the exciting adventures and discovery the crew would have experienced otherwise. The adventure you've chosen is to skip is waiting for you. Add it to the wish list. I honestly, I do very much appreciate that they allowed you to be like, yeah, just go home. You did it. Good job. But there's you know, if you chose the other way, there's more interesting things. Because I was kind of expecting it to like railroad me into being like, nah, actually, that's not the Starfleet way. And then we would be stuck there regardless, so that they have, you know, you have a game to play. But I actually respect the fact that they just allowed you to make that decision and then go home and you won within 2.5 hours. I actually respect that. But overall, I think it's got a lot of potential. For me personally, there's probably a bit too much of the dialogue and decisions to be something that I would like get heavily engrossed into. But for someone that is more interested in this kind of style, aside from like some of the weird kind of model things where they look like a little bit like the character but from Wish.com, and the whole incongruency with the like the yellow and red and green colors within successes and failures, and just a few of the like inconsistencies or the parts where it's like, oh, do this, and then it doesn't really direct you with what to do, and it is a little bit slower to start because it's kind of that intro section. It just plays it almost beat for beat. It's a little bit of a slower start to it. The tutorial does feel a little slow. But, you know, putting all of that aside, those are relatively minor things. I think it could be pretty interesting. And I respect the fact that they allowed you to just get home within the first couple hours. I think that other lesser games would have just been like, no, we've got all this game you need to play, and just railroaded you into it. So, and I said earlier as well, it would be really nice if there was actually voice acting with the like dialogue on the ship, where it's just like, you know, each person is talking side to side, you know, the different, just the each next thing. I'm explaining it very poorly, but within the normal gameplay mechanics, I understand, because you can like do that at your own pace. I understand not having voice acting there, but at the very least within the cutscenes, even if it's not the same voice actor from the original show, having voice acting in those parts would be really, really helpful, especially for people like me who aren't as quicker readers. So that whole initial cutscene sequence just kind of missed out on. I was talking over it for the second half, but that's partially because I missed the first half, so that would be handy. But you know, I've got good hopes for it, and it would be nice. I think I could see myself coming back to visit it, maybe not on stream, but to revisit it like off stream, seeing how it goes. And again, my only other kind of issue was when you do the like away missions. I understand the way that they've done it, but it is a little frustrating how everyone gets fatigued after you use them once within a sequence. And so even though I did realize that there's like a sequence of events for how each thing happens in the order that they happen and what you need to succeed each one of them, excuse me, the fact that, you know, I want to play it in one certain way, but that person gets fatigued that has, let's say, the, you know, in my case, the combat stat, then I'm just kind of, I can't do anything. Is kind of a little bit frustrating. I'm guessing once you get out into a more open universe and you have more options for who you can take in the away mission and stuff like that, it's not as kind of restricting, and especially once your characters level up and stuff like that. But certainly in the tutorial it was a little bit frustrating sometimes. Let me catch up on chat. I wonder if, given the options available in the game, would you be able to build the warship Voyager?
The truth is often what we make of it, and I make it a little fluffy rabbit with a flamethrower. A woo.
A woo. That's right. Kill everyone with a furry flame, with a furry with a flamethrower. Sounds, yeah, sure. Me too. Let me read that message again. Wonder if the options available in the game, would you be able to build the warship Voyager and wiping out planets? See, that's what I would love, like full autonomy. I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of, like, you know, open for interpretation how Starfleet would act, but it's still going to be like kind of within that Starfleet would act kind of line. Weird way to say it, but you know, like it would kind of all be within that gray area of this is how Starfleet would act, as opposed to, I would like to heavily arm my warship and start taking over entire colonies within the Delta Quadrant. That's what I would want, but I don't know if it would allow that. So it would be interesting to see if that's available or not. Wonder if you let the Marquee crew go, what would the dialogue say? Yeah, well, I mean, we had the option to after we got home, so it'd be interesting to see. I guess they'd...
Asshole!
Hey, LaMurphy. I guess they'd just go back to hating us. Be nice to fully abandon the Prime Directive and see if you can make your own empire by stealing tech. Yeah, play Kazon style. I would... That is literally how I would play, because that's what I do on this channel. So it'd be really cool if you could actually do that, but... Yeah, I'm not sure. It's obviously you can't see if that's possible in the demo. With the fatigue system, maybe for the full release, it will be changed to fatigue only happens after they return to the ship. The problem is that the fatigue only is only has any consequence within the away mission. So if they got back, I mean, I guess you could say that then they would be fatigued for the next mission, so you wouldn't be able to take them on the next mission unless they were at a diminished capacity. But that's kind of what the injury system does, so yeah, I don't know. Nice, you were starting to play. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna play again. That's right, again, because I got home. I got everyone home, Lemeffi. The story is done. I don't need to play the game anymore. We already won. We completed Voyager. Everyone got home, and Chakotay is in prison where he belongs. And Tuvix never existed. The world is right. I just realized your next fest was only playing one game. It was the only time I had. The next fest ended like an hour ago. It was all I had the ability to do, because I had to take a week off for reasons that I can't really get into, and I was at PAX, and I already had a bunch of other games that I was already playing through a full playthrough where we were like splat bang in the middle. I didn't want to just cut that off randomly, especially where the YouTube channel is concerned, kind of break things up there too much. So this was pretty much the only thing that the only day that I had to do it. So I played this, and that was it. The reason he can't get into was his beard was getting patchy and falling off, so he had to get a beard implant to save his beard. That's right. You got it. You nailed it and won. Luckily, my beard is back now. Neelix Helix is getting sent to a Starfleet lab to be dissected, so he will never be seen again. Yeah, because Neelix was still on our ship, wasn't he? So he's at the Daystrom Institute or something, or... Well, I guess that's not necessarily to do with that kind of thing. Yeah, science. Sure, let's do an experiment on him. Section 31 probably has him somewhere now. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Imagine Justin without a beard. That would be so odd. Yeah. Be kind of weird if that was the thing that happened. Okay, I know why the stream started stuttering. Started stuttering. Because I had the game open, and I had another game on Steam that needs updating, and when I close the game, Steam decides that once it can't update while the game is open, so now that the game closed, the other game started updating, so that's why it suddenly had a fit. But we should be back now. Should be fine now. But thanks for mentioning it, because I wouldn't have realized that it had started doing that in the background. Once you said it, I was like, I know exactly what it is, but I didn't realize. I didn't see anything on my end that would indicate that otherwise. It's probably because he closed the game and other Steam games updated. Oh, that's crazy. How did you know? That's right, Tuvix is dead. Alright. That is the stream. I'm gonna go through the schedule so you know what's going on coming up, and then I'm gonna go to bed. So tomorrow and Wednesday are RimWorld streams. We are making our BBC Thrust-a-Lot a scourge of the 7 seas. There's no seas. It's just natives. We're just killing a lot of natives with a bunch of wall-mounted miniguns. Don't worry about it. And stealing their eyeballs as well sometimes. Sometimes. And their legs. And their tongues. Where was I? Thursday is a no-stream day. Friday and Saturday, we are playing some more Subnautica. We are up to like almost 5,000 meters in height now. I'm trying to do a little bit off-screen as well so that we can actually finish the build so that we don't have to just do only build for the rest of the time. I got a little bit of progress done off stream today, but I didn't have much time to do it. But Friday and Saturday, we'll be continuing that. Sunday is a no stream day. And then Monday, we'll be back around to another indie game. I have one in the pocket at the moment that is probably what I'm going to play. I haven't fully decided yet, but it's called Necrosmith. I was given a code for it. Someone emailed me with a code. And it's a kind of addicting little game. I've actually played a little bit of it to see if it would work, and then I maybe played a little bit extra because it was kind of fun. And yeah, I'm probably gonna try playing that. But yeah, that's what's coming up. So let me read chat, catch up on chat, and then I'm gonna go to bed. Hang on, wasn't one of the crew available at the end scene? One of the infected? Yeah, I mean, two of them were, because it was Chakotay and Paris, but the doctor gave them treatments. They were fine. He was just saying that if it had gone on any longer, it would have been fatal, but they caught it in time, so they were fine. Neelix will end up opening a cafe in San Francisco and compete with Cisco's for meals. As soon as you said the opening a cafe, I was just like, what about Cisco's dad? Yeah, and then like on the other corner there'll be Quarks as well. It'll just be like this whole thing. It'll be like this kind of Eat Street situation. Ticker dominance is back? No. Nick has taken it from you. Get wrecked, nerd. The British Broadcasting Corporation is thrusting a lot? No, the big beautiful Clarence is thrusting a... Wait. I don't know. Yeah, no, that's it. That's it. Forgot to say I'm lurking. I'm drunk AF at the moment. Well, thanks for the lurk, Nick. You look after yourself. The ads are going to start soon, so I'm going to finish it up now before the ads start. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll catch you all tomorrow for some rimming. Otherwise, next week for probably...
Stay a while and listen.
Probably Necrosmith. Bye!